Look at us, pair of shaven boys.
Yes, we are shaven.
Normally scruffy, but we've been told that if we didn't shave, we can't have any chocolate after. So we've been talking about this for a while now, doing this hot toy, talking about it, having a chat, showing off, and I've been really excited for this. I set up the stream today. First fucking comment on the stream. First comment. Can't wait for you guys to talk about your dolls.
What dolls?
Your dolls.
What are you talking about?
I was just like,
dolls.
He's got us.
And by the way, you know what? I'm man enough to be comfortable with the fact that I have lots of dolls.
Yeah, me too.
Lots of dolls. I'm not one of these people. I wasn't one of those Star Trek fans that like, I'm not a Trekkie. I'm a Trekker.
I'm a Trekker.
I'm a Trekker. You know, I'm not. I carry a Swiffer around simply to dust.
Oh,
that's what I do.
Why not? I say.
That's right. By God.
If you got it, flaunt it.
That's right.
So oh, well, this is weird. This is really weird because normally Robert and I are discussing The Prisoner right about now. And here's my wonderful guest today, Robert Meyer Burnett.
Hello.
From the Burnett work. And it's great because we discussed The Prisoner. We've had an amazing 17 weeks doing it. We wanted to do more stuff together. So we've been coming up with different little ideas. One thing that we did, this was discussed months ago, because we both have, before we go live on streams, normally Robert and I just start chatting about as hot toys. That's what we just chat. We chat about
or your Prime 1 statue,
yeah,
or you know,
I've got
or the prisoner miniatures that you found.
I've got a Prime 1 statue coming tomorrow.
No, I've got a. Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Can you say?
Yeah, I'll say. It's Mark from Battle of the Planets, G-Force.
No. Really?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm a huge Battle of the Planets fan.
Yeah.
Gatchaman.
Or Ken the Eagle, as the Japanese had him.
Right.
We called him Mark in the West. So, yeah, that's
I gotta ask you. I mean, I have to ask you because I think this is an important question to answer. I mean, I'm older than you, middle-aged man, 1 foot in his grave.
Not a lot.
But you and I, why is it philosophically? What is it about action? I mean, I know from my answer to this, but I'm asking you: the statues, the action figures. Why do you still collect them? Why?
I collect these because I look upon these and it fills me with love. It fills me with awe. It fills me with fantasy, with ideas. It makes me think, look up. I can look at these and aspire to be better because I'm looking not just at the figure. I'm looking at the character within the figure.
Yeah.
And what they've done. Or I can look at a villain and just think about what they did in you know, whichever form of media they're in. But to me, it's just a connection. There's just a connection between a figure and aspiring and imagination and wonder and just being taken away. Escapism is it brings back, you look at it, to me, the memories. You look at these things and the memories. You have not just memories of when you watched it, but then that brings a memory of where you were in your life at that time. Were you in a great place? Were you in a bad place? Normally it's in a good place because they elicit fond memories. Or you, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time.
Right.
And even sometimes if you were in humble times or bad times, but you had this and it kept you through, and you could look at it and you go, yes, you know, look where we were when you first came about, sunshine, and then, you know, where we've moved to and where we are now in life and the world. And so, yeah, I think there's just something magical about the whole experience, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is, to me, mostly the power of storytelling and the characters. To me, the action figures represent so much of what's already in my imagination. They're manifestations of things stories that I enjoyed, when you see a great action figure, it's evocative of the actor that played them, the writers that wrote them, the costume designers, or the artists that created those figures. And there's so many layers to it all. And like you said, when I was a little kid, the toys just weren't very good. No? You know, you wanted to buy licensed toys and they didn't look good. You know, they would rather give you some action feature rather than, like, I always say that the original Kenner TIE Fighter they made for the 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures was white instead of that bluish gray.
Yeah.
And the wings weren't tall enough, and it was too wide because they had to give it, here, we're going to make it spring loaded so the wings will blow off. So it's like it's getting, and it would just kind of flop off. And I'm like, look, man,
the TIE Interceptor.
They did that too with that. And I'm like, well, the TIE Interceptor they made gray because that came later, but the original TIE Fighter was white. And I'm like, first of all, I can imagine it blowing up in my mind. That's for my imagination. I don't need you to assist by giving me some lame wing spring-loaded popping off bullshit. Why? I just want it to look like a real TIE Fighter. And later in the 90s, when they brought Star Wars toys back, they would update their original toys, and they would give you things like, the only toy that I was ever satisfied with when I was a kid was the Y-Wing and the B-Wing. The Y-Wing, the B-Wing, because they were vaguely similar to the real actual size, and they looked good. They were bigger, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. So why can't all toys be that cool?
The AT-AT, the Snow Speeder as well.
The Snow Speeder, great.
I have a full Snow Speeder right here in this box, original.
Yeah, that was a great toy too. They got better as each movie was released. Empire, I think the Y-Wing was Jedi, and same with the B-Wing. And then they got better. But now, because I always wanted 12-inch figures, and now when they brought back the Star Wars 12-inch figures, I got back into collecting toys in the late 90s when they started making, Kenner Hasbro started making 12-inch newer Star Wars 12-inch figures, and they were getting better. Like, they made a 12-inch Grand Moff Tarkin, and I'm like, oh
wow,
okay. So I started getting those, and then I was getting the Playmates 8-inch Star Trek toys, and that's when I started getting back into it. But then, like, in the early aughts, Hot Toys came out and they made bootleg figures. They made a Mission Impossible Tom Cruise, and they made a George Lucas figure called The Director, and I'm like, wow.
The Director, yes,
The Director. And then the Aliens and Predators toys they came out with, they were action figure kits. They couldn't call them action figures because someone else had a license, but if they were kits and you had to put them together, and when I got that first Predator, I'm like, fuck, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. I gotta have this. And then it sent me down the primrose path of doom.
Yeah, Hot Toys is it's like chaos. It's a pit. Once like, you can look at a Hot Toy. You've never purchased a Hot Toy. You look at Hot Toys and you're just like, geez, wow, these are incredible. Pricey, they're incredible though. You know, just absolutely amazing. Wow, it'd be amazing to have one of these. Oddie, you fell for the trap.
You're done.
Because the day you buy your first Hot Toy, they gotcha.
I mean, especially when you open the box and there's that plasticky, that totally artificial plastic smell that is delightful.
Oh yeah.
And if it's made, depending on whether it's the die-cast Iron, I mean, if you pick up one of those Hot Toys die-cast Iron Men, they weigh a ton.
They're heavy, yeah.
The engineering, you start playing with it, you're like, I can't believe the engineering is incredible. And then you start putting in the watch batteries that make it all light up, and that you're hooked. And then it's like, well, these are like $300 a piece or $400. I can only get one. But then another one comes out.
Well, then you sell your soul. And
Iron Patriot looks pretty good to me. And then the worst part is they'll be like, oh, I have Iron Patriot from Iron Man 2. I get that die cast. And then, of course, they make another War Machine, and then another War Machine. And then, with Infinity War, they make another War Machine. And then Endgame, there's a new Iron Patriot. And then Iron Patriot is the coolest shit ever. And I'm like, okay, it's $400, but I really have to have it.
Well, yeah, it's like, you get Batman, and then you get Batman. It's like, well, I can't have Batman without Superman. So then you get Superman, and then he's just like, well, you got to get the trifecta. You got to have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You got to have the Trinity. Then you get the Trinity, and then the Trinity becomes the Justice League. And then it's such a slippery slope.
And then if they don't make something,
like you said, the second Wonder, because I've got like 2 Wonder Woman, I've got 3, 4 Batman. You know?
Well, and then if they don't make something, then a third party will make it. And then you'll find some like I buy these figures from like China, and they're getting better and better and better. Everybody wants to rival Hot Toys, so they're cheaper than Hot Toys, but they make like they're making CW figures. Like you can get both the Titans Robin. I don't particularly love the Titans, but I love the design.
I like that.
So I ordered the Robin Titans, and then they made a Nightwing. You gotta have them both, maybe standing back to back, because why not?
Well, you know, evolution, isn't it?
And then the way they've now made it, where you can pre-order things like months in advance, and they just take a little bit here and a little bit there. You don't even notice it, and then one day it shows up.
I'm not showing them off today because this is part. We're just showing some of the stuff, and I think the discussion is going to go places anyway. But in the next room, I have a White Wolf, which is Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher. I have Happy Face, which is Joaquin Phoenix's Joker from Joker. Which
that's not licensed, and there's a bunch of different companies that made them, and that's because if they're great, and those figures are getting better all the time.
I mean, they're beautiful. The pair of them are beautiful. I
brought something that I wanted to show. This was the first figure at the time that I paid $300 for. And it was, I want to say this has got to be close to 20 years old. And it came out, it came out from a company called Toys McCoy, and it was licensed, but it was the first. Now this is the Toys McCoy, and obviously the likeness is not the greatest.
Yeah.
But the way it was done and the way it was made, really, really, really high quality. And it even came with like, I can't stress how heavy this piece is. If I can get it out. Well, if I can dump it out of here, hang on.
Ladies.
I know, right? But it came with like, the idol from the beginning of Raiders. And this is a chunk. Yeah. I mean, this is a chunk of metal.
Right.
And so
it's not plastic, not color, not gold painted. Plastic.
No, it's a real piece of metal. And like there's real snaps, and I don't know if it's real leather, but this was a figure that when it was coming out, I was still buying Kenner 12-inch figures. And this was the first like really expensive figure that I bought. And I became obsessed by it because it wasn't released in large numbers. And I got it. I still love this figure because they never quite get the likeness right for Harrison Ford on these Indiana Jones figures.
Sure.
And then the other figures that I became obsessed by, which you can see right behind me here, these were in the early aughts as well. They were figures made by a Japanese company called Alfrex, and they made samurai figures from movies. And the reason that I got obsessed, you can't see it, I don't have it available to me right now, but Lone Wolf and Cub from Shogun Assassin, they made Ido Ogami and his son Daigoro, and he comes in the baby cart and all that. And I'm like,
you mean Mandalorian and
yes, the Mandalorian and the child and Grogu. Yeah, it was that. And I'm like, I have to have that. And then when I got it, the internet wasn't what it is. I didn't know that they like made a box set of all 7 samurai. And that's where, and then this is Yojimbo right here. Yeah, that was a Toshiro Mifune figure. And then back there, I have a bootleg of Tom Cruise as Nathan Algren from The Last Samurai. But then here's all of the 7 samurai from the movie, and the box set was $1,500, and I'm like, even I couldn't justify that. And for years, I was like, I have to have that. And one day, I walked into a comic book store in LA, Meltdown, and someone had put it on consignment, an unopened box, $750. For the box. And so that was 7 samurai and all their accessories for $100 and change each. And I literally yelped in the store. I was like, oh my God, and I'm sure that I don't know who was in there, but so I grabbed the box and I'm like, as if the world is watching this, as if someone's going to come and steal it away from me. I mean, it's probably been there for weeks. I don't know. But I walk up to the counter and I have this box. I go, listen, I'm going to go to the bank right now. Cause I think at the time I had a debit card that only went up to $300.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to go to the bank right now and I'm going to get the cash. I'll be back in 10 minutes. You know, as if my life depended on it. And the cashier's like, okay, it'll be waiting for you when you get back. And I'm like, oh, no, really, I'm going to be back. You know, and that was like 20 years ago. And hey, they're still, and I love them. And the funny thing about it is they were not dressed when I got them.
Okay.
And so and all the instructions are in Japanese, and you have to put on their costumes, their uniform, whatever, the clothes. And we happen to have a Japanese neighbor, a Junko.
Right.
And I like go over to her house one day. I'm like, can you dress my action figures for me? You know, so I like, and this one, here I am, you know, I'm like in my 30s. Yeah. I'm like, hey, and she's like, didn't you like
direct my dolls?
Yeah. Didn't you like make a movie? Don't you have people that can do that for you? And I'm like, no, you're a Japanese speaker. And of course, being that she's Japanese, she's very polite. What's she going to do? Say, fuck off. So she actually did. It took her like a week. And I have to make sure that wherever I take these figures, I put them in their original box when I take them away, because I don't want their clothes to come off, because I could never. So that's how nutty I am.
Damn. That is fucking awesome story. That is great.
So there you go.
God, now I'm sort of like, God, which one should I lead with? All right, since you've done I brought this one because this isn't an official hot toy, this one. But since you've gone into TV movies, I'll bring out my TV one.
Ooh.
This is from a TV show. This is from a TV show that has just finished. This is from a TV show that ran for 15 years. And this is my Dean Winchester.
Oh, nice.
My Dean Winchester. And they never made Sam.
Is that quantum mechanics? Is that QMX?
Yes.
How can and they don't make this? They don't make. How can you not have both? Because they don't make it.
They made a Sam prototype, but for some reason never released it. Released it. So I know it's criminal, because you got to have Sam and Dean,
right?
Not just Dean. You got to have Sam and Dean. But this is I just had to have this, and this you can buy on Sideshow Collectibles, right? And it's a much like better price than, when I say better price than a hot toy, because it's not a hot toy,
right? It's not a hot toy,
and so it's the pricing of it was much lower. When I say much lower, probably around about half the price of
the clothes are really nice on that.
But
too.
Yeah, the jeans are fantastic. The actual, I know this is going to sound a bit gay, but whatever. The actual cut of the body is like very much like Dean. It's not just like they put on a body and legs. Right. The actual size and the proportion just seem to be absolutely spot on. The boots are great. He's got his bag, which is just in the show it's just essential. They're always getting the stuff out of the bag, and that's Dean's, of course, his personal Deagle 9mm, whichever one it is, which he carries around with him. But you get loads of different accessories from the Kane, he's got the mark of Kane, he's got the knife from Kane and stuff like that, and all kinds of nasty little monster hunting weapons. And so I thought, I got to have this. I was just mortified though that they didn't release the Sam.
Well, that's the problem when they make one and not the others, and it's frustrating. I think that's
my boy. So.
And it's like, look, the Hot Toys they've made Superman for the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash.
Yeah,
and Where's Cyborg? Now they say they're going to make a Cyborg. Like I have a 6-scale Cyborg statue. Now I love Cyborg because I'm a huge Teen Titans fan. He was introduced in the pages of Teen Titans, but I'm like, how do you not have? I mean, I understand, why, but I'm just like, come on, man, make a Cyborg. And they did the same thing. They shafted us with the Watchmen, because with Watchmen, Hot Toys made the Comedian, and they made Silk Spectre, and that's it. There's no Rorschach, there's no Night Owl, and there's no Dr. Manhattan. And I'm like,
that's Batman alter ego.
That's that's Owlman. I would love to get the Injustice Society, or the
Justice League.
I would love to get Ultraman and Power Man. I would love that. And I don't understand. I mean, I get it because maybe the sales figures weren't great, but I'm like, make them all. I understand. I mean, I have the Ripley from. Ooh, what's that?
That's the Hot Toy 20th anniversary pin.
I never got one of those. How'd you get one of those?
You buy one, you buy a Hot Toy, and at the checkout it says, "Do you want this for free?" And you just have to tick it.
Is that at side? Do they have that at Sideshow?
Yeah, right now.
They have never sold me one of those.
No, it's for free. At the end when you go through checkout. It pops up promotion free. You tick this box if you want a free.
Pin. And I'll tell you, I've been buying Hot Toys for a long time, and some of the cool things that are kind of like one-offs. Look at this.
Oh,
Tron Legacy. Now, not a very good movie, but this is a rad. I was disappointed. This is a rad Hot Toy. It
looks great.
It lights up. I mean, it's so cool. And I mean, this is kind of a weird Hot Toy because the figure is it comes off the thing, but you can change his head out. But it's just, I love toy motorcycles. Now, as you said, they're bringing out the Bat Pod. I have and I didn't show it. It's over there. I've got Kaneda's, a 6-scale Kaneda's motorcycle from Akira, and Kaneda that Bandai made back like 15 years ago.
Well, I mean, hold on. If I just flip that over there, you can just make out.
Ooh,
that is the Cloud Strife on the Daytona.
Nice.
And that, by the way, is the 1 in 4 Batman from Batman Begins. You can see next to it.
That's very, very cool. And I like quarter scale figures too.
Oh, it's the only one I have quarter scale, but it's fucking beautiful. I saw the images of it and I just thought this can't be real.
Right.
It can't be real. And this is 1 in 4. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not paying rent for 6 weeks. No, I'm gonna check. But I go out and I say, right, I gotta have this. Because I know that as soon as this goes out of stock, you go online, it's gonna be twice the price on eBay. Like, fuck that, because that's what happens with all these. It arrives, I open the box up, flip it open to see it, and as soon as I see it, I'm just like, it's even better in real life.
Yeah.
And the texture of it, and the cloak at the top here, it's magnetized.
Yeah, so it's so like I haven't even opened it. It's still in the box, but I have the quarter scale Darth Vader, the Hot Toys Darth Vader with the base, and I just haven't, because I've been moving stuff around in here. Because I have quarter scale figures. I don't buy a lot of them, but I really do like them.
Mm.
And I have one of my favorite quarter scale figures is from a Hong Kong company called Enterbay.
Hong Kong company called
Enterbay, and they made a Kamen Rider figure, which is like a giant green grasshopper, but it's the first, kind of like the first Power Rangers. It was the first Japanese superhero, and they made a beautiful quarter scale figure of him. I'm like, I have to have that, just because. And now they make almost exclusively sports figures of like basketball players. But they made like Samanosuke from the Capcom video game Onimusha. They made a figure of him.
Onimusha, yeah.
And then if I decided I'm not going to collect video game figures, because then you have to. Hot Toys made a great Assassin's Creed figure, which I actually have, and I gave it away.
It's funny you should say that, because what turned me on to Hot Toys, what caught my eye with Hot Toys, was a Resident Evil 4 Leon.
Yep.
And when I saw that, I was just like, this figure is I couldn't even begin to afford it in those days. So I never ever got it. And nowadays, of course, it looks really dated comparative to their new stuff. But at the time, it was just like, how can this exist? This is not real life. Because as a kid, you used to, we were talking about toys earlier, and you were so, although you loved your Star Wars toys, we got to be honest, we're always disappointed with the articulation.
Yeah,
always, because it's just straight legs and straight arms. And so when you have these posable figures, and you got Leon, and he's got his jacket on, and then he's like, you can take his jacket off. He can have the shotgun. He could be carrying the grenades. And you were just like, ah! And Resident Evil 4 at the time was my favorite game of all time. It's now been surpassed by The Witcher 3. But it was my favorite game of all time. And I just coveted. I just desperately wanted that figure. And I ain't going to lie. From time to time, I look on eBay, and I look at it, and I say to myself, I'm going to pull the trigger one day. Just because I wanted it back then, and I want it right. And you're just but if they redid it, I would in a heartbeat.
And I'll tell you, another thing that really sucks you in is when you start to put multiple figures on, like, to me, having the 7 Samurai all together, like, and you pose them as if they're ready to attack.
Yeah.
Well, then it ups it ups the, like, having the display, whether you have the Justice League or whether you have the Avengers all together, and posing them. If you have, then you got to get a case. Oh, somebody's Tekkaman Blade has that Resident Evil 4 figure.
And it just, if you want,
it's just
take it off your hands.
It's just I don't know. I mean, there's the kid inside me, but then there's also the storyteller inside me. And, and I'll tell you something. My old office that I had at the studio, I had a big glass case with a lot of my Hot Toys figures displayed. I have a video on my channel that I made for the 100th episode of Collider Heroes, where it's an old video, but it was my Hot Toys collection at the time. It wasn't all of my figures, but I loved it. I would walk in every day, and the case was lit. I'd turn it on, and the case was like 7 feet tall. And I just sat there all day and looked at that case because I had all these figures displayed in it. And talking about, like you said, it made me happy because it for me, it not only encapsulated childhood, but it encapsulated what I aspire to in my own career. Like, I would love to make something one day that someone made an action figure from, like, and there is talk, like, I've been working on, I can't say what it is, but I've been working on this Netflix series just in a small way. But I could see, because it's based on a property, a previously existing property, I could see that there is a possibility that somebody will make toys from this thing that I'm working on. And I'd be like, that would be like a proud moment in my life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I was seeing some things in the chat about different ones. The other person has also got the Judge Dredd and Anderson. Where are you going to go next?
Well, since you just said, you just brought something up. So, one of the things about third-party figures, if you can hear me, sometimes there are figures that you think, why would anybody make this? But how fucking cool is this? I got last year. It's the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd.
Stallone.
And he's got the Stallone, his, like, I am the law. But this is a really nice third-party figure that comes with great.
I mean, that's the beauty of, that's a great base as well.
Yeah, it's really
the beauty of those 1/6s. They can the film could be shit, but if the figure is like that, it's just like, that is a damn good figure. That's a damn good Judge Dredd figure.
And I was like, it wasn't as expensive as a Hot Toy figure, but I love Jean-Paul Gaultier designed this costume.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, part of the reason that I wanted to get that was because of this. I don't want that to fall. Better not fall.
Oh my God.
I'd already had this, which is the Carl Urban
Judge
Dredd.
God,
and this is a great fucking figure.
I want that, and I want Anderson.
Yeah, I don't have the Anderson one. I need it, but this is a great figure too. So how can you have one and not the other? Because eventually I'm going to, have them displayed together. So,
and I think Gary for Nerdrotic just got that dread as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Every time I watch his channel, I'm always like looking because I love his background because I'm like, oh, like he's got all the Big Chief Doctor Who figures and he's got some really deep cut figures. So I'm like, oh, because we both have like the Jarrell figure of Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Hot Toys did not release that in the United States. You could only get it overseas, and it was part of their Superman Returns line. So, and that's 14 years ago. But not a lot of people have that Jarrell figure, and it's not the greatest figure in the world, but it's awesome to have, especially now you've got Russell Crowe and Marlon Brando made by Hot Toys, both Jarrells, and you got to have them both.
Well, of course. Well, since you've gone to film, has anyone told you, Robert, that you're awesome?
Thanks, man. So are you.
No, you're awesome. You're awesome. So I had to pull the trigger on a John Wick.
And I love that you have him heavily armed.
Oh, yeah. He's got a clip in one hand. That's why I've got the gun can actually.
Yeah.
So, but no, because he's out. So I push back the top because he's out.
Right.
That's why he's got the clip ready to put in, and then he's got the machine gun on the back, which is fully comes off, and he can obviously hold this. I don't know which one. I'm sure somebody in the chat's saying, well, that's an AR-624 true. But Keanu's just the fucking dog's bollocks. And I thought this figure, I love John Wick. I think just fun action films.
They're great
movies. And when this came out, I just thought it looked great. And I thought, I got to get me a Keanu.
Yeah. One of the things too is like I picked up, they released Neo as well around a little after that figure came out. So now you can actually have Neo fighting John Wick on your shelf if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's a bit deep.
Now,
can we have a Johnny Mnemonic to join in as well?
Oh my God. Well, now that they're putting out, I think Blitzway is putting out the 2-pack of Bill and Ted. So you can have Bill and Ted mediating the fight between Neo and John Wick. But something we should say too is one of the things about Hot Toys is they've gotten better and better is the facial sculpts.
Yes,
have gotten better and better. And a lot of time they'll have released a figure like 10 years ago or something, and then they'll re-release it. And the figures have become so much better that you have to pick the new one up. And one of the things that I was showing you before we started, one of the things that I was always sort of disappointed with was they had done an Ed 209 from RoboCop, and the rubber top that they had made that they'd use on all of them, it got old and cracked apart. And the Ed 209 just wasn't as good. And then when the figures get old and rubber separates or it becomes like sticky,
grades and
thing. But then they did this, as I showed you. They retooled it and re-released it. And Ed 209 in RoboCop was always a douche. I mean, he's a douchey robot. He doesn't do anything, but the design is so fucking badass, even though he's a douche, and falls down a staircase. I had to have this. You can't not have Ed 209.
Nice.
And it's this thing is really heavy and it stands up. I mean, it's beefy, and
you've got to have the RoboCop then.
Oh yeah. I have an obsession, a fetish for action figures that come with chairs. So you could get the RoboCop on its own, or you could get him with his recharging chair. And I'm like, come on. Of course I'm going to get him with the recharging chair, but here's the thing.
So just have it off though with the recharging chair.
Well, the thing is, you want a RoboCop. You don't want him sitting in a chair. And if you've got the Ed 209, you got to have him on the shelf squaring off against the Ed 209. So I had him displayed like in his chair, but part of the fun of figures is displaying them in badass poses. And I had, he's over there, but it suddenly having RoboCop in a chair might not have been, the best thing to have, because
you can put him up against Professor X.
That's true. That is true. But they don't make a Hot Toys Professor X. It's if there's a third party one that comes with a wheelchair. I know, right? They will.
Right. But I need to make you a little, considering your collection is like way bigger than mine. I've got to make you just a wee bit jealous, because I think this is one that you don't have that you do like. So when I saw this, I just thought this is insanity. Because not only does it look like it does in the video game that it appears in, but it's even better because this character carries a lot on them. They're a heavily armored, heavily utilized character. And so when I got my Deathstroke,
that's one of my most sought, because I love Deathstroke because of Teen Titans. That figure, I thought I was going to be able to buy him because it hadn't been selling, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And it's doubled in price on the secondary market.
His Deagle clips in, obviously.
That figure is fucking awesome.
The sword, yes, it is complete. Comes out of the scabbard.
Dude, I love. Wow.
The beautiful. I think he's got his detachable. It's on my side. Detachable grenades on the other side.
To me, the Arkham figures, like stuff like that, even though it's a video game figure, it's to me, it's also, it exists in the real world. Like I got to get that.
This figure. When I start staring at this figure, it's very difficult to stop.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And so, well, you kind of get it. You gotta get an adversary. You gotta get the adversary. So this is the Prestige Arkham Knight. I think this is the Arkham Knight Batman. So,
but those two go so well together. I mean, you can put them in poses where they're fighting. Those are great. See, I don't have either one of those figures, and those are great figures. I mean, I've got to get that Deathstroke figure. I really have to get that Deathstroke figure. But now it's selling close to $500 if you can find one. I thought, people, because it wasn't selling at first, and then it sells.
It just suddenly vanished, and I picked it up at the right time, because within a few weeks of picking this up, you just couldn't get it. You just could not get it.
And I don't know why that was. I think part of the reason is it was announced that Joe Manganiello is going to be in the Snyder cut of Justice League. And I figured that's probably why. But I'll tell you, they were doing the Arkham figures. The Hot Toys was doing the Arkham figures, but they also, for their distinguished competition, they've been doing a line of figures from the Spider-Man video game. And those are great because they fit with all the other figures. They don't look like, obviously those are video game-esque figures, but their Spider-Man line has been terrific. That Scarlet Spider is great. They've got the Punk Spider-Man. They've got the Spider-Man, that cool suit with the red or the white spider on the chest. And the last figure that I got was they did these convention exclusives. So I picked up
convention exclusive Boosh
Spider-Man 2099, and I haven't even taken this out of the box yet. But this is actually, let me open it, and I'll do an unboxing on your channel.
Boosh! We got an unboxing.
Here we go. I'm unboxing on the channel. Let's put this up.
God, I love my dolls.
I know. And again, that Hot Toy smell. And it comes with all the stuff. Here, let me get the top off so you can see. What I love about these Spider-Man figures, they come with all this webbing, and these are collector friendly boxes, so you can always
get it out, baby, get it out.
And so here's it comes with all the different hands, and then you can't really see it, but this is all this stuff right here. Is all the webbing. Like you can see that they have this foam stuff to keep the webs
yes,
in good shape. So you can have multiple different webs that you could shoot. But then here is taking the figure out. Here's the figure itself. And you can see the design work on this.
Oh, that looks insane.
It's great. And like these are soft plastic, so they're not going to break off.
Brilliant.
But yeah, this is a dope figure. And I mean, if you look at the detail, even the stitching on the costume, it's really, really, really nice.
That mask is beautiful.
It's so cool.
And it's like the Punisher. It's like a Punisher Spider-Man with
that. Yeah. It's
that chest piece, isn't it? It's
crazy. And I wasn't gonna necessarily get this figure, but it's kind of like a one-off that it's Spider-Man 2099. I'm like, you know what? It's a convention exclusive. It's just kind of cool because I've got a bunch of different Spider-Man, and I'll just put it with the display, and it's cool. I like this figure.
It looks
and awesome. The piping on the costume is really, really nice. Look, even the bottom of the feet are different. Look at the detail on the bottom of the feet. I mean, what's not to love?
Damn, son.
Yeah. I'm sure there's people watching this channel going, what the hell? You know, grown men.
Let's get closer with Batman. Look at that.
So, yeah, I mean, look at look at that. Look at the paintwork, the different colors on look at that costume, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to tell you to look at it. You look at it all the time. But that is really gorgeous.
Boots, man.
That's so dope.
This is why people. This is when we're talking. When you look at it, it elicits stuff.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, here it is. I was like, one of his fans. I mean, look at this. They even have the thwip. You know, they make. You can't really. If I can get it closer.
Oh no! I'll give you
the hand. How it's in the thwip.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you can choose to have it, and depending on which one you want. You know,
shooting his webs, flinging his webs. I should really say. God damn. Okay. I'm thinking about where to go next. I've got an idea. I'm gonna get out something which you haven't seen.
Ooh, I like that.
But what have you got? Are you fuffing around with your?
No. I'll show you something. Okay, I'll tell you. So I also like finding weird figures. Now, in addition to Hot Toys, I used to collect, not so much anymore. Medicom had a line called the Real Action Heroes line, and it was kind of anime versions of figures.
Okay.
But there's a Japanese movie directed by Takashi Miike called Ichi the Killer.
Ichi the Killer, yes.
Ichi the Killer. So when I was at Comic-Con, I'm walking looking for interesting stuff, and there's a guy, and like in the back of his booth behind a bunch of shit, I'm like, are those Ichi the Killer Medicom figures? And this is Kakahara, the mob boss.
No.
And it turns out that they were mail order exclusive, Japan only. And while they're anime looking, so they don't have this facial sculpt. Yeah. Look at the clothes. Look at how the clothes,
the sheen on the jacket,
sheen and I mean, this guy's a pimp. And when I saw it, you can see that his face is cut like in the movie. And I said to the guy, and it's both this figure and Ichi. And I yelped. I was like in the middle of the Comic-Con floor, but it's so loud in there, nobody could hear me. I was like, oh my God. Are those Ichi the Killer figures? And the guy he's like, he didn't even know what I was talking about. I'm pointing. He didn't know what I'm like, behind there. And I'm like, I'm pulling out my wallet. I go, I don't even care how much these are. And it was like $350 for the pair or something. And I'm like, I don't care. Take my money, and give them to me.
Yeah, I'm going to have my wallet. You just take out what you need.
Yes. And I've never seen anyone else ever have these figures. And I'm like, I'm sure a bunch of people do, but I mean, I love this. Elizabeth's like, what is that figure? I'm like, it's from Ichi the Killer. And she goes, well, I don't know what that is. I go, I know, probably for the best. But but yeah, I mean, I love this. And they also made Medicom you know, I would love Hot Toys to make one, but this is my favorite Metacom toy they ever did. And again, this Rocketeer is like 15 years old, and it's really well done. And what I love about it is you can't see the face, so it doesn't look like an anime version of the character. It looks like, and this is a really legitimate look. It's good. The problem with Metacom, they get very brittle, and a lot of the limbs break on Metacom figures if they're old.
I know the Rocketeer didn't do well over in the West, but didn't it do well in Japan?
I think it probably did, because you've got Jennifer Connelly in it, and then I love the Rocketeer, you know, but I wish that, you know, Hot Toys or Blitzway or somebody would do a really great Rocketeer with a Billy Campbell head sculpt, you know.
Oh, I want Timothy Dalton looking suave and sophist. Well, I'm gonna get a little pedestrian, but this is a Hot Toy figure which has just been released. And I just adore it because I adore the whole armor of it. But we have Commander Cody.
Dude, that figure is amazing. Amazing.
This is kind of based from the Clone Wars, but what they're doing now is they're doing the Clone Wars figures, but realistic.
Yeah.
And this Cody figure is just gorgeous.
Oh, and he does come with the Tamura Morrison head sculpt, so you can choose to.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't he? I mean, doesn't he have it in?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. He comes with the Tamura Morrison head sculpt with the scar.
Yeah, with the scar.
He does have the scar on his face as well, so it's not just, you know, Tamura Morrison and that's it. No, they've got the Commander Cody specific scar on it too.
Yeah.
You get a interchangeable forearm which holds the hollow emitter. And the hollow emitter lights up.
Yeah, it's got like an LED in it.
Yes.
How dope is that?
It's great. I can't get it out, but yeah. So the hollow emitter, you can put your whichever one. You can put Obi-Wan on. You can put the Emperor giving Order 66. You could put. I think there's Anakin and Yoda, or maybe Mace Windu. So there's four. There's four different interchangeable holograms that you can have as well. Comes with a multitude of different. It comes with dual pistols. Comes with this blaster. Comes with the big long blaster as well.
Yeah, I mean,
those figures is magnetic.
See, you know, Sideshow made a bunch of clone troopers back in the day, including that one. But now, Hot Toys has totally upped the game. I hope they do. I mean, it would suck, but I hope they make like 10 different clone troopers and all the different armor throughout the Clone Wars.
You can get the 501st regular trooper, white helmet with blue, multi-changeable weapons, so you can have a heavy trooper, like, you know, whichever.
Yeah.
But then they're doing the 501 Deluxe, which is coming with the red helmet and the blue.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah.
And then they're also doing Rex, and Rex is coming with normal helmet, blue and red helmet. So you got interchangeable helmets.
Well, their entire
the deluxe version of the 501s is also coming with original clone helmet as well. So you got a multitude of options on.
Well, all they're doing the, you know, Anakin with the stap, with the they're doing that. You can get them with or without the stap. Then they're doing Ahsoka.
Yes.
And I mean, I love that they're, and because of now Mandalorian, they're going all in on those figures. I want to get a Moff Gideon, you know, and I'd love to get.
I want a Moff Gideon. I want a Cara Dune.
Yeah.
I want Carl Weathers. I just want Carl Weathers.
Grief Cargill, I want that too.
I don't care if Carl Weathers comes in his Apollo Creed pants. I want it.
You know, Hot Toys did make Rocky figures.
Wow.
And they did. They're old, but if you find them, if you get the whole set, I think there's 4. They made Clubber Lang, Apollo Creed, Ivan Drago, and they made a couple of Rockies, and they sell for insane amounts of money, but their head sculpts are okay, but they're, you know, they're like 10-year-old figures. But if you have them, yeah.
Just a quickie to the audience. you guys have been really generous with super chats. We'll come to like a break, and then I'll go through some super chats in the break, and then we'll carry on and do some more. So we'll do that in a about 10 minutes or so, so we can go through those. But the Commander Cody, when it arrived, it just looked amazing. I was so thrilled. It was as good as it looked. The antenna here and the antenna there, they're detachable, so you actually had to put them on your Sen. And the posing of it is just, you can get in some tremendous poses for that. And I just wanted a nice classic holding the blaster.
Oh yeah.
And then they are soon going to release a pre-order for troopers in that regiment. I'm not too sure which command. But yeah, you're gonna have the orange. So I'm gonna have, as soon as they come available, I'm gonna grab a couple of them.
Somebody in the chat, Hologram Nunchuck, says, "Dang, the nostalgia I'd get from holding the '89 Batmobile would be off the charts." I have the Hot Toys '89 Batmobile, and it's like this big. It's right over there. I can't get around and get it here, but it's amazing, and because Hot Toys was doing vehicles for a while. They did the Tumbler they were going to do it. What I really wanted was the 66 Batmobile in 6 scale. And they were going to do it, but then they never made it.
No, but you can get it.
Yes. Now there's a company, and they're my favorite. It's called Jazz Inc. JAZZINC. And they made a Millennium Falcon cockpit, which I've paid off. I'm currently waiting for my land speeder. They're making a 6 scale snow speeder. They're amazing. I mean, amazing. And didn't you get the Batman? Did you order the Bat?
I have just paid off yesterday. My final installment went out yesterday for the 1 in 6 Bat Signal,
which is
from the Snyderverse.
Gorgeous.
I'm paying off in installments, monthly installments, the 1 in 6 Batmobile from Batman v Superman. Justice League. Well, you can get the Justice League attachment for it as well. And I'm also paying off in installments the Bat computer from it as well.
Okay, these people the people that make these are so insane. They actually put working screens in their stuff. Like they did again, I couldn't afford it at the time. They did a Death Star set that came with a 35-inch flat screen TV that went into it. So, and it came with graphics that you'd show like the firing of to the Rebel base and stuff.
Well, the Bat computer, there's 2. You can get the normal or the deluxe. I've got the deluxe, and the reason why I got deluxe is because the LED screens light up on the deluxe.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you have to get that. And did you get the light up Batmobile, the Justice League or the Batman v Superman Batmobile? Did you get the light up one?
The deluxe one, yes.
Yeah. Have you seen unboxings of that shit? Have you?
Oh yes.
It is so cool. I mean,
I want the Batmobile because it will affix onto the diorama of the Bat computer, so they will both be together.
I mean, come on.
And then, well, I got a shirt now because committed to it really. And then, of course, you have the Batman to go with it.
Yeah, and that's the tactical. Oh God, what a great figure that is.
The regular one. Well, I've got 3. I've got the BVS one. Then I've got the updated Justice League one, and then the tactical one for when he goes into battle. So yes, that's the 1 in 6 means this fits into the Batmobile.
Yeah, and they do.
Just let your head get around how big the Batmobile is. This fits into the Batmobile
at proper scale.
Yeah,
so it's not like the thing is smaller. That's why I'm like. I mean, the things that they're making. So when I saw that they're making a 6 scale snow speeder, I'm like, oh, I gotta have that.
Yeah.
And this is the hole. This is the hole you fall down. Yeah.
we were talking about earlier. It's just like, I got to get this now, and then this has got to go with this, and this can't be bought unless you get this, because then this makes that.
Right. Right. That's right. But the thing about Jazz Inc., and they also make 1/12, because basically 6 scale figures, I think, have been supplanted by the 12th scale figures, like Mafex figures that Medicom's making those 1/12. Like I think it started with the Star Wars Black line of figures when they were 1/12 scale figures, and now everybody's doing those sort of 6 scale figures, whether it's 1/12 scale that Mezco is doing. Like I've got a Moon Knight up there, and I was like, am I going to go down that rabbit hole? Am I going to go get 1/12 scale figures? Because I'm like, I want to get all the 1/12 scale X-Men, but those 1/12 scale figures are like $80 each. And if you want, I can't. I'm like, no. I would rather, if I stick with Hot Toys, maybe I'll get one every 2 months, or maybe sometimes, I'm not buying them like the 1/12 scale figures. I'm like, I could get all of the X-Men, and there's 10 different versions of Wolverine, and then they're going to make Mr. Sinister, and they're going to do this, and I'm like, oh man, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's that's why I've only got the 1/4, because I don't want to start collecting 1/4s. That was a very specific purchase because of Batman Begins and how incredible it looked. The 1/6, I love the size. The size to me is just perfect.
Yep, me too.
I do have a 1/12. I'm personally not keen on the 1/12s.
I mean, I think it's a cool size to collect, but to me, it's still too small. I mean, they make great figures, and I've seen some great displays. And what I really like is you can get, even I had to buy one, you can get environments. Like there's a lot of, even if they're made out of cardboard or something, printed environments, whether they're buildings or warehouses. And so you can set up these cool, but the thing about the Jazz Inc. stuff, it's like having a miniature set for a movie, where you could literally film. I was thinking about doing a video series called Action Figure Film School, and, just buying all those Jazz Inc. things, as many as I could, because they're like sets, and you can shoot scenes in them and show, well, here's how you would set up a fight scene. Like, here's the gantry from The Empire Strikes Back, and they make it, and you mount it to the wall, and you can have Luke and Vader fighting. You are beaten, and they made that. I think it's sold out though, but I mean, it's huge.
You want to talk to Dan Prager because he's storyboards,
right? Yeah. So, go from the storyboard to the live action, the live action with your action figures. I mean, but it's the stuff that they're making now. We're living in a glorious age of amazing figures.
It's we are #blessed.
Yes.
With what we can get, and it's the rabbit hole. It's the rabbit hole, because as you've been seeing, we've been pairing stuff up. I've just shown the Batman off. He's got a few friends that are going to come out soon. I'll take this opportunity. We'll just take a breather, and I'll go through some super chats, go through some questions. Do you know, I've got an idea, Robert. I'm going to run past you right now. I'm going to run past you in front of everybody as well.
Okay.
We're going to do this again. We've got more Hot Toys. We've got more 1/6s. This is going to happen again, right? Do you know what I think we should do next time?
I don't.
We do this. We do the chat, and then I throw the invite link into the chat, and we get some people from the audience to come in and show off a hot toy for us. Or a 1/6,
or their collections. People have really elaborate displays
or something like that.
That's a great idea.
So there's some, when I say warning. So next time, I think something like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we got Deck Out the Couch Guy with 100 Norwegian Corona. If you've never heard of Nurgle in any context, you'd almost be forgiven for thinking it might be some cute little nickname for someone. Hello, you cute little Nurgle Wurgle. But Nurgle, of course, is the chaos god of pestilence and death. from Warhammer 40k, and Kappa Nurgle loves you and wishes to give you the gift of his contagion.
I'll take it.
Rabbi, well, you could get some decent powers from it, but you also might melt.
It's like infect me with your love.
Well, everyone's got it. Yeah, Nurgle's attacking the earth right now, so who cares? Rob Altis with a $5 super chat. There's nothing quite like a Sean as. You should try it sometime. It's quite breathtaking. Austin Powers. And just switch as for testicles. Captain Spire with a $5 super chat. Still have an old Brad Nelson med tricorder and Type 2 phaser. Additionally, I recollect Lego bricks because I lost them 20 years ago. Great fun. Well, I build Lego. If you don't know that, I love to get modern sets and build them. I've got down there, I have a 3,000 piece 1989 Batmobile. I have Mos Eisley Cantina. I also have the 1966 Batcave.
Oh.
And in the front room, well, no, it's actually now in the closet. I have a haunted house, which actually comes with a battery LED to light up.
Wow.
Within the thing, instead of having to buy an LED set.
Have you seen one of the things about I love Lego?
89 Batwing.
Oh, you have an 89 Batwing too?
Yeah.
Have you seen, like, on Facebook, there's like MOC groups that they sell, like, you can get the Battlestar Galactica, and it's like 6,000 pieces. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, it always seems so sketchy to me. Like, you're going to get ripped, like you're never going to get what they...
Oh, these are proper Lego. These are by Lego.
Yeah, no, these are not. These are people, they modeling groups that create these things, and they send you the packages of all the pieces.
Yeah.
Like, I bought years ago, a guy was making Gundam Legos.
Wow.
And like the RX-70, I have it over here, and they're awesome. And he made, I'm like, oh, I have to have one of those. But like these modeling group, these MOC, I don't know what MOC actually stands for, something to do with, but they make things that haven't been made as Lego sets. And like the Galactica was one of them. There's a dude that made the ships from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oh. Like, if you look up Lego Discovery, it's like 6 feet long. And then if you go, he's got a list, because you can call up Lego and buy the pieces that you need.
Yes. And
like, he'll give you a list. I mean, it's like it would cost you an arm and a leg, but you can buy all the pieces and make them. I've always wanted to do that. I love Lego, man. I love
got a
Lego.
cabinet downstairs full of there's a new range that they start to do called other side, something like that. It's like Other Side or something like that. And it's like you've got the Lego model, and then you can flip it, and like things will come out of it. Scary things will come out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
I just bought it because there was like a cool high school, and there was like a really cool lighthouse. So and there was just like a shrimp restaurant and stuff, and they just looked amazing. Hidden side, I think it's called. And then you can get the your phone, and if you download the app, it will like lock onto your Lego model, and then it will like start pulling ghosts out of it, and then you like shooting the ghosts, and it's crazy. But it's just, I just have a cabinet downstairs full of it, and I just love it.
Well, that's the real thing, is if you love it, then you should have it.
Because I get these and I put them in the cabinets and stuff. I was speaking to my mom about it recently, and then she's like, she calls me by my government name, but she says, she goes, do you play with it? I'm like, no, I build it and I put it in a cabinet. I'm a bit old to play with.
And look at it. I mean, that's
yeah. Oh, so we don't like build them and play with them then? No. I did when I used to be young and live with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would make up stories in my action. You know, you do. I don't. It's weird. I honestly am not capable anymore of actually sitting down and playing with my action figures the way I did when I was a kid.
Impossible.
Like I can't do it. I can't in my mind. Like I literally can't make up the stories that I used to make up and like do the soundtrack music and the explosions and all that. I would make up these movies and I'd do the whole thing, and it would, it'd take me all day in the house because I would go from one side of the house. I can't. I literally am incapable of doing that anymore. I had one of my first girlfriend that I had when I was growing up. She used to call it. She goes, "Did you have a battle today?" Meaning, like, did you have the battle in your house? Like, play the. She goes, "Can I come over and watch you have a battle?" And I'm like, "No, I can't have people watch me do it." I can't. It's easier for me to masturbate in front of you than it is to have a battle in front of you. I can't do it. And she would ask me, and I'm like, I can't do it. I just am incapable of. I can't let my I can't do all these voices and the soundtrack music and the explosions, and I can't. And she used to annoy her, and she's like, "I want to watch you do it," and I'm like, I can't. Of all the things you want to watch me do, I'm happy, but I can't have a battle in front of you.
Yeah, there's stuff we can do.
I can't do it.
But the thing is, we come up with these. We used to come like with our Star Wars figures. We used to just come up. My brother and I would play, and we'd just come up with these original stories, just off the roof that we were doing. I remember playing with one of my mates from school once. We had this whole fucking thing about the Rancor monster. And it was just crazy. This whole fucking weird ass story. Like the Rancor monster was actually good inside, and it was just mistreated, and it broke away, and it like helped a group of people, and it's just like we did some fucking weird ass shit. We did just great stuff.
That's that's the thing, and I think now because the toys are so good. We might not be playing with them, but when you look at them, you're kind of playing with them in your mind.
Oh yeah.
You're like in my when you were showing me the Batman and the Deathstroke in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're fighting, and I'm seeing pose like this, like you can.
What are you doing, Gotham Deathstroke? You got a contract, Batman.
Step aside. There's no, they could go on and on. I'm going to stop before I start to play with my toys. Deckard the Couch Guy with 50 Norwegian kroner. Any plans on getting any miniatures of characters or people you don't like, just so you can mock them to your faces? I don't know. That's what Twitter's for. You just use Twitter and you tweet and you go, you're a bell end.
Yeah, it's funny. I find that I don't like having characters that I don't like very much.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, I love Gundam. And if I had, you got to limit your collecting, but like the real, the Gundam fixed figuration stuff or the metal build stuff, I really love Gundam, but I don't like Gundam suits that I don't like. I'm not a fan of the Zaku Gundam suits because they look like they're kind of these big burly tanks. They're not as cool as the Gundam is. I like the Sazabi, the Char's cool vehicle, but I much prefer the real Gundam figures, and I just don't like getting the ones I don't like. I don't like them on my shelf.
That's fine. No, I got villains, but the villains that I like Deathstroke.
Yeah,
he's now an anti-hero, but this guy is just
yeah, I like good villains are the greatest when they're great. The figures are great. The 89 Batman
over there. You just see a Zod.
That figure's great too. That Zod figure, and they come with the tall like bendy stands, so you can literally pose Zod and Superman flying at each other.
Yeah. Well, that one doesn't. But the Superman one I'm going to show does. And it's like annoying because I'm thinking I really want to, but the Zod base is like really nice.
It's really nice.
It's huge. It's a huge Zod logo.
Yeah.
The Superman one does, which is nice. Bombchus with a $5 suture. After that series finale, nobody needs a Sam action figure. Dean needs all the love he can get. I never watched the season finale. I watched certain bits of it because I kind of knew what they were going to do anyway, and I just want to see the boys at the end together because they can do And the beautiful thing about it is Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, they fucking love this show.
Right.
And I was watching an interview with Jensen Ackles, and he's going to be in Boys season 3. And he was saying, it's like, you know, we've been doing a show for 15 years. And, you know, there are times you're just like, you know, I've had enough, you know. And he said, we're getting into the final season and you know, we're deep in, and there's about 3 episodes left to film, he said. He said, I turned to Jared and I said, I could really do another 2 or 3 seasons, you know. And he said, and Jared just turned to me and goes, yeah, I think I could as well. But you know, we're ending a few episodes. So he's like, and he said, so let's just call this an au revoir, you know, a goodbye for now.
Right.
But I think you're gonna see them back a lot sooner than you think. So I was just like, come on, that's a fucking proper commitment, you know, to say, yeah, we're gonna do something, even if we come back for like 10 episode special or a little mini series here or there.
Yeah, why not?
There's plenty of things you could. This show's done everything, so you dead, whatever. You know, that means nothing. Means nothing. Everyone can come back. Everybody can come back, especially now Jack's God. So it's like there's really kind of like heartwarming that they after 15 years, they still got so much love for the characters.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Great show. Cecil says with a $2 super chat, the worst figure I have is my girlish figure.
You can work on that.
You got a beautiful heart figure. I don't know if Cecil's still here, but I think Cecil said that he would marry me just so I could come over to the States and get a green card. Which I think is very, very kind, very nice. And of course, because it being my representation, are they going to deny me a green card? Of course you're not. Alpha Omega Records with a £10 super chat. I adore my Who 1 in 6 TARDIS and 4th, 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctors, plus my Cavill Superman in my office to remind me of his hotness. Desperate for a Marty McFly. Oh, that Marty McFly, yeah.
I have that figure. You know what I didn't get was the DeLorean, the 6-scale DeLorean.
Oh.
The 6-scale DeLorean and the 6-scale Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, because I have all the 6-scale, but that thing's like $1,500.
Yeah,
and it's sold out. I know. I'm thinking. I'm like, well,
every time you complain, the answer is yeah. But
yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Is if I had somebody said in the chat, well, don't you guys have houses? I'm like, yeah, we rent one. You know, so who needs to buy? It's California. I don't
have a girlfriend. This is why. This is a conscious decision, by the way. This isn't just me being like, oh, I can't. You know, I'm a beautiful person. Every fucking Gal Gadot would be lucky to have me. Let's just be honest. No, this is where the money needs to go. Not on fucking dresses. Yeah, not on roses and nights out and being nice. This is where the money goes. I ain't buying no diamond fucking rings so she can stick it on the finger and I don't see jack shit. All right, or nice negligees and silk sheets and all that bollocks. I'll have cotton Egyptian. That's fine. This is where it goes.
Also, you know what a problem is with having a significant other? Like when you get, say, a prime, if you get the Gotchaman statue or something, you have to like justify, like, what is this? Well, it's my Battle of the Planet statue. What? And then you, I mean, half the shit you got to hide it. You can't let anyone know it's shown up. Like people, you can't have people seeing receipts. I mean, then you go down a rabbit hole. Then I'm telling you. I mean, not that I do that now, but when I was married, oh, are you kidding? I hide shit all the time.
Account? No.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
No, we shouldn't.
Honey, there's $3,500 missing from our account. Is there? Really?
No, there's $3,500, which I've taken that you're never going to see again. Okay.
Right. Well, you will see it.
Well, you will see it, just not in the form that you thought it was going to be.
I mean, it's always like you'll be sitting watching TV with your significant other, and she'll be like, "Hey, is Is that figure over there new? I've never noticed that before. Nah, baby, it's always been there, baby. What's up? Don't you like it? I just moved it over. It used to be over there. I moved it there. Doesn't it look better there? I guess so.
The light. It's the light.
Yes, collecting figures like this turns you into a big fat liar.
Oh, I tell you what, I was dating this last one. Well, actually, she was my fiance. I was engaged to this last once, and I was coming out of the closet in terms of my geekiness. You know, I wasn't hiding it anymore. I wasn't hiding my Batman the Animated Series little figures and shit. They were out displayed, you know, and I was in a bad mood. Had a bad week at work or something, or so, you know, something was going on. Wasn't happy about. I go to work. I come back, and she had bought me the new Batman Ventures Batmobile.
Wow. And you got rid of her?
Yeah, she fucked her best friend's fucking brother behind my back. So
oh well, then
got rid of her as soon as found that out. So maybe, you know, that, you know.
But you still have the Batmobile, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice. See?
We have a phrase in the MMO, the massively multiplayer online games. When you get items, like very precious items, you can't sell them to other players. They classed as soulbound. So we have this phrase that girlfriends come and go, but epics are soulbound. Those are what are important in life. The other stuff is interchangeable.
You know, one of the things that I love, again, as toys get more sophisticated, is that, for instance, if you were to buy, I don't know, like this. Ultron.
Oh.
Ultron from the Age of Ultron, because you can now you can have his knuckles. You can have Ultron be like, bitch, fuck off. If you really, you know, were mad, you can literally you can pose your action figures in. And by the way, I must give full credit that Elizabeth's daughter, Sophie, one day I came into the kitchen because I was moving stuff around. Ultron lived in the kitchen for a while, and I never even thought about doing this. Sophie, who is a teenager, had put Ultron's hand in this position, and I laughed uproariously. I thought this was the most hilarious thing, and it took a teenage girl to play with my toy in a better way than I did. So
you need to rephrase that real quick.
Normally, I don't ever want anyone to touch my figures, but especially Ultron, who I love. But I have to give it up for Sophie Bell for whenever I walked in the kitchen. And so and when their grandmother came over, when Elizabeth's mom came over, we had to make sure the action figures weren't flipping anyone off.
They're doing that, you know. Peace, man. Can we just have peace?
But in terms of a villain, like, this is a 6-scale figure, but it's huge.
It's a biggie. It's a big boy.
A big figure.
The Ahsoka 1 in 6 is much shorter than the Anakin 1 in 6. So you know, I like those. I like that attention to detail. Like, if they did a Sam Winchester, I'd expect Sam to be a couple of inches taller than Dean.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just swift over.
You off that, and
Swift Ultron.
I'll go through a couple more super chats. Craig Flanagan with a $20. You know, you went too far with your hot toy collection when you buy Captain Marvel because you need to finish your MCU display. Please don't judge me.
I did that because Captain Marvel comes with a Flurkin, and I can't resist cats.
Oh, there you go. Seriously, though, I don't know how many hot toy collectors. So this is a great treat. Well, that's what we hoped. And look, Robert, all I'm going to say is we've got twice as many people as the Prisoner episode. And they've been here since the start. They haven't been going nowhere. So
I'm just saying that. I mean, if people think that we're like dilettantes who are just dabbling in our collections or desire, we're not. This is genuine. This obsession runs deep.
Oh yeah, this is. Robert and I just want to talk geek, and if we had 10 people watching, we won't give Shit.
I mean, it was funny because like we would go off, you and I would start talking about the stuff, and I'm like, because I don't get to do this. It's like when I was growing up as a kid, you know, I was a pretty normal kid. I played sports, I played baseball and basketball, I skied, but I was really social kid too, but I was a real nerd. My interests were nerdy stuff, and I had no friends that shared because there was no internet, and no one knew the depths of my nerddom because I wore it well on the outside. You know, I looked like I was a fun hipster little kid, but I really was waiting to come home and dust my Ultron.
My Ultron.
And nowadays
I'm going to use that.
Nowadays we're back in the same. I mean, now I've a lot of friends that have these kinds of things, but they're not really into them. But I do have friends, professional friends like Cliff Stevenson, who's really into these things as much as I am, or my friend Jeff Bond, who has a garage full of spaceship models that he's built over the years. There are hundreds and hundreds of spaceship models. You name it, he's built every spaceship from every movie that exists.
Look, dude, I'm the kind of guy. I'm okay to admit this. I'm the kind of guy that watches YouTube videos of auctions of geek memorabilia.
Dude, there's a guy on YouTube.
I really get off on it.
I don't know if you watch his channel. His name's Justin, and his channel is Justin's Collection.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, I watch him.
Dude, he to me is my hero. Justin from Justin's Collection, because he's got these great glass cases. He lives in Australia, so he gets all the hot toys first. Yeah. And he does like 2 or 3 unboxing videos every week. And then he's got this
really well as well.
It's so well. His stuff is so well displayed, and he'll every couple of months, every 3 months, he'll like, here's my collection now, and he'll take you on a tour of his whole room. Yeah, I want that.
Did he do Mando with Baby Yoda a couple of days ago?
Yes, he did. And he's got a nice girlfriend. I think there's
not a fake.
Man, by the way, not a lot of people bought this Ultron figure, but this figure is awesome.
Brilliant.
It's awesome. It lights up. I don't have it. It lights up. But this figure is dope.
That is. I mean, it's sexy.
It really is. I really find myself falling in love with you, Ultron.
Yeah,
you're so pretty.
There's a couple I might hug. Oh, there's one that I've ordered, which I've got another one coming of it because of what it is, but we'll get to that. Nathan Drake with a $5 super chat. I literally just got that Commander Cody in the mail. Nice. It's if you can afford and you like the look of it, I thoroughly advise you to pick it up. Especially with Tamura Morrison headset, so you can have the pose of him holding his helmet with the thing with jig out, the hologram out with the Tamura head on. So you get some incredible stuff out of that one.
Yeah.
Oil Workers Workshop with a $5 super chat. I just posted my review of the 1/6 scale So Toy Spider-Man 1. Have fun doodles.
Well, kids.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, there you go. The So figures are great. I've got a few of those on order. Those are unlicensed, but there's great stuff. I mean, if you want to go look at a lot of you got to get in on them soon, but there's a place called 1/6 Outfitters.
Okay. Oh,
and they're out of New York, and they get a lot of they do get Hot Toys figures, but they get a lot of the unlicensed toys from Hong Kong or from Chinese or Japanese retailers, and you can do a lot of pre-ordering. That's where I ordered the Titans figures from.
Yeah, I have the Robin on pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that figure? Justin reviewed that figure.
Yes,
I believe.
Yeah,
and if Justin likes it, I'm like, okay. He has very discerning taste.
I liked it based off his review anyway.
Yep.
So even if he personally didn't like it, I'd be like, nah, actually,
yeah,
work well for my collection. So cheers anyway, Justin.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. I'm not too bothered what he feels about stuff. It's because I just like the way he presents it. I like his angles. I like the crispness, the cleanness. So I can make an informed decision whether I want it. That's the important thing at the end of the day.
Totally. I mean, yeah. And there's like a guy, Jetta Patrol, I think his name is, that he reviews mostly Star Wars figures.
There's a couple I've seen, but Justin's the big one.
Yeah, Justin's my favorite because he does such a great job unboxing everything, and he's really picky. I like his pickiness about how things, like if the joints don't work or I like his pickiness. I mean, I'm less picky than him.
I watched it just kind of deals kind of specific with Transformers.
Oh.
And so I quite enjoy that. I've got a big Scorponok down there from the Earthrise, and then I've got a lot of the Earthrise stuff.
I mean, I think I'm convinced YouTube was created so I could just watch people do unboxing of their figures and show me their collections.
Yeah. YouTube was created to do all the things I want.
Right. Yes. And what's so great is you can find somebody, like there's a dude, like I love Gundam models, and but I can't. If you want to do them well, you have to paint them. And there's some amazing masterclass painters. But there's a guy on YouTube. I don't know if you know him. His name is Genic, Jenic, and his channel is him airbrushing models. And he is the Michelangelo, the Rembrandt of Gundam figure painters. And I could watch his channel for hours. And I just sit there and I fantasize. Some men watch porn. I watch Genic airbrush Gundam models, and it gets me hot. I'll tell you, it gets me so hot.
The sad thing is, I absolutely fully understand what you mean. There are times I'm just like, should I crack one out? And I'm sort of like, no, I'm going to watch this review of the new Obi-Wan 1 in 6 instead. And then by the time I watch that, I'm like, I don't need a wank. I'm all right. I've kind of been fulfilled on the inside as opposed to sexually, but that'll do. That's how it works.
This stream is going exactly how I thought it would.
If you want to, but you must have heard of It's a Gundam.
Yes.
Yeah, we had him on Friday Night Tights a couple of weeks back, but he's got a secondary channel because his name's not just It's a Gundam for the hell of it. He builds and paints Gundam models.
Right.
So he's got a second channel where he does all of that. And his stuff is fucking trick.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. I mean, I've loved Gundam for so long, but the models, like there's a new like the perfect grade Gundam models are 1/60th scale Gundams are the biggest model kits. Like I have one somewhere where I can pick it up and grab it somewhere over here. But I love 1/60th scale Gundams, and the classic Gundam, the RX-78-2 Gundam, they've made a new ultra version of the Gundam perfect grade kit. You can't get them. They're like the first run sold out, but I have to have it. I'm looking at that going, because I love the classic Gundam. I'm like, my God, this is the greatest perfect grade Gundam ever. The best thing they've ever made. I have to have it. Because I still miniatures, Gundams, like I'm like Eagle Moss, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Eagle Moss is making, I just got more. They have a 1/8 scale Aston Martin DB5 from Goldfinger.
Yeah.
And I'm, well, here, so every month it's a subscription, so you get parts in the mail.
Yeah.
And this to show you, to give you an example, here is the back of the DB. Here's the back of it. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's not small, and this is heavy. This is a heavy metal thing, and like here are the screws back here. And so you get
1 in 12.
It's 1/8 scale.
1/8. Okay.
1/8 scale. So it'll be, as you can see, it's going to be. I mean, it'll probably be. I don't know if it'll be 2 feet across or 2 feet long.
Yeah. I was going to say 1 in 6 wouldn't look too bad,
dude. I would. Somebody has to make a 1/6 scale DB5, but barring that, so you get these in the mail, and they're you have to build it. and there's 86. You have to wait 86 months. Or no, because there's what's 86 divided by 4? Because you get four pieces. What's that?
21 and a bit.
Yeah, so it's 21 months to get the whole thing, or you can get eight sets at one time.
Nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years. And do you know what their new thing is that they just announced? An Enterprise D. Enterprise D, and it's they've been working on it for a long time. I know you've got the Enterprise D on order at
$2,000.
Yes, and but like this, it even comes with like, here's one of the headlights. It's wired. You got to put all the wires in and all that. So
I'm actually gonna.
We live in wondrous times.
Any opportunity to show this off, I got to take. Here we go. Let's go there. And here it is. Oh my God. Oh, Robert. Oh, poor Robert. The Enterprise D is now on wait list only. So if you didn't go for it, but I'm going to have to share this with peeps. This is what I have. I'm paying off at the moment. This is the Enterprise D, which comes out March of next year. And you'll see something. Look at that data pad that it's on as well. But you'll see some expression in a moment. It's all looking absolutely gorgeous, but okay. So yes, it lights up properly. So the nacelles light up, etc. Look at oh my God. And this is a pretty big piece of kit. Look at that. There's a can.
That's really nice.
So yeah, I the Enterprise D to me is Enterprise D, pair of nice tits, indistinguishable between the two. Couldn't tell the difference. Wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I'll tell you. The stuff that's available. I mean, there's a company called D'Agostino, and they make a Millennium Falcon. Actually, make an X-wing too. A Millennium Falcon kit that's studio scale. So it's like 4.5 feet, and you can either buy all the. You have to build it and paint it. I mean, it's a lot of work. But there's one guy that did a video where it was over 2 years. He painted it, built it, and painted it over 2 years. It's unbelievable. D'Agostino, and they made an art. It's funny because at the end they showed him getting the R2D2 kit, the D'Agostino R2D2 kit. That was the end of the video. But I mean, there's so much cool stuff now. You have to limit yourself. Like I'm like, okay, I'm only going to buy Hot Toys figures. Those are the only action figures, or 12 scale figures. I'll only buy those, and then I'll get the occasional Japanese diecast robot. No,
that's the same with me. Do you want me to show you my Kai Arts play figures?
Yes, I do.
Well, it'll take about 2 hours to bring them in. I've got fuckloads of them. Actually, you can just again at the top of the Batman 1 and 6. You can just see some orange boxes.
Wait, it's not focusing. We couldn't. There you go. Focus there.
You can just see there's some orange, but you can see some orange.
Yeah.
That's just like 3 boxes, and then there's a box at the top, and the box at the top is actually near Automata. But I've got those 3. There's like 7 more in the next room. And they are the collection of Final Fantasy 9 bring out figures.
Yeah.
And also the Dragon Quest 11 Bring Arts figures. So gone through those as well. I need to catch up with the Steve Strats, but yeah, I can't. I need to stop.
I know, but can you?
No.
Can you stop?
No, because I can't tell you that yet. But when something comes, I've got this whole thing planned for.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I'll talk you through it.
I want the surprise to last.
Mark C with a $5 super chat. Is Hot Toys planning to make 5s Top, and Heavy are in their clone trooper line, I would imagine that you would have to customize a 501. A 501 Legion to do that. 5 would be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because you could just get some blue paint to match and then, stick it onto the armor. Heavy, you could just have a heavy gunner with Heavy and just have him in his original clone armor. So you'd have to get a deluxe one for that.
Right.
Top, say, I imagine you'd have to do the customization yourself, but I think you could do a decent job. I think there could be, I think you could do a decent job with those figures, especially when they're bringing out the basic and the deluxe range for the 501s. Tyrion, Nathan Drake again with a $5 super chat. Can you imagine being an Iron Man fanatic and Hot Toy fanatic? Oh, I think it's insane amount of Iron Man. The Mark 1, the Mark 2, the Mark 3, the Mark 4, the Mark 8, the Mark 5, the Mark 6, the Mark 28, the Mark 42, the Mark 4. It's everywhere.
And then not only that, you think you've got them all, and then they're like, and we're going to move over to diecast.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Then it goes diecast plastic. You're like, ah! I do have a zombie Iron Man on pre-order.
Oh, like they're doing a zombie Deadpool? They're doing a zombie Iron Man?
No, it's the zombie Iron Man from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay. Got it.
But I do like the Mysterio figure, even though I thought the film was trash. I do like the Mysterio figure, so I'm sort of tempted for the Mysterio figure. Tyrion Rizal with a $2 super chat. I just love watching you guys and Lauren Chen. Well, that's slightly different than the Hot Toys. I like Lauren Chen a lot, to be honest.
I like watching her.
Yeah, she was on. She's very pretty. But she's really savvy, and that's what I like about her. She's real savvy. Got a great mind on her. But she's on Midnight's Edge tonight, I think. She was on Midnight Edge earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Should have had me on. Damn it.
I was on last week before. I keep jumping on hither and dither. Maybe she's got some hot toys. We'll ask her. Smell my balls. Okay. I'll defer to Rob on that one. With a £5 super chat. I'm nerdgasming everywhere. I'm on my second box of 1-in-1 scale tissues. This rocks, guys. The only 1-in-6 I own is 3A Brian Boland Classic Dread.
That's a great figure.
Nice. Fat Steven Cigar with 2 Canadian. Hail from the lunch table. You're both so pretty. I've always wanted to be pretty.
Thanks
Mark
for that.
C again with a $5. The 1-in-6 scale figure I'd love to have. It also is the Go Hero Buck Rogers. Go Hero also makes the real Commander Cody, King of the Rocketmen.
I have the Go Hero Buck Rogers.
Do you? I was going to say,
and it comes with it comes with a glass helmet. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I'd love a Wilma Deering.
By the way, I found it. Wouldn't we all?
And I'm not talking 1-in-6.
I found a guy who's got an insane Hot Toys. He has a video of his insane Iron Man. I'm going to put this in the chat. I'll put this in the chat. Oh, can I put the chat? I can't. I guess I can't.
Yeah.
Can I go down to the bottom? Here, I'll see if I can. Or wherever. Actually, I can't. Why isn't it allowing me to? No, I don't know why.
Just post hello in the chat.
Well, I can do it in the private chat. I can be
just post hello in the chat, and I'll just mod you so you can just put links.
Oh, no, it won't let me. There's no place to type into the live chat.
You'd have to go to the actual stream itself. If you just put it into the private chat, then I'll post it out.
Oh, here's the link to this video. I'll put it in the private chat. Because this guy has an insane collection. I think he's got every Hot Toy Iron Man.
I like stuff like.
And to me, this guy's collection. It's like watching pornography.
Yeah. This is like, I get off on it. Not climactically, but there's something endorphin wise, dopamine wise gets released and says everything's fine.
my enthusiasm waned.
Oh,
But I did get. I mean, I did like these. The likeness I thought was great. I love the costumes. I had to get Brienne of Tarth. I had Tyrion Lannister. I don't have all of the Game of Thrones figures, but I liked her. I liked this outfit. 7th season, I thought it was great.
I did used to like the show. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like the last 3 episodes really torpedoed the entire thing for me. So I was like, I look at.
I couldn't watch it again. I couldn't even watch it again from the first season, just knowing where it goes.
I that's the whole thing. I can't. It bothered me. The last 3 episodes bothered me so much that my love for, like, they're putting out a Jon Snow, and I'm like, I don't. Tyrion and Brienne of Tarth.
Don't care about your spin-offs. Don't give a shit about anything. You've done it for me.
Yeah, it torpedoed the whole thing.
Mark C with a $5 super chat. Which one of you is going to pull the trigger on a 1 in 2 scale Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill Superman, or Affleck Batman? Which one would you pull the trigger on out of those 3? Out the Trinity.
Well, probably the Affleck Batman. I mean, but it would depend, because Superman to me,
Cavill would be.
Yeah, it'd be good, but if the Wonder Woman character, like, I pre-ordered the armor, the armored Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 84, that kind of stuff is really cool, and it would depend. I mean, it really depends. For me, it always depends on the pose. If it's a statue or something, it's how does it look?
Yeah,
and that's one of the things. Like, I've never bought a Prime 1 statue before, but that's another guy. There's another guy on the internet, Gem Mint Collectibles. I watch his channel all the time. I love his videos. I mean, because obviously I collect omnibuses, but he always does statue unboxings, and he's got a lot of great. He's got a collection of Berserk statues from that animated comic, and they're freaking awesome. And again,
I'm doing research here, by the way. I'm not being rude. I'm doing research.
No, I wouldn't collect those, but I love watching his collection of stuff.
Yes, I do have multiple Prime 1 statues.
Yeah,
that one behind the Huntress there.
Yeah,
then I've got Catwoman, Batman, Batgirl. Geralt of Rivia is there. Downstairs, I have Triss Merigold. And here we go. Right, Robert, I'm just going to tweet you now.
On Twitter?
Yeah. At Burnett and tweet. And that is my, it's just gone. That is my absolute prize piece.
Is that on Twitter or is that in the messages?
Yeah, it's on Twitter now, and then I'll bring it up from Twitter onto the stream. Okay, there we go. So I'm now going to bring this up.
Wow, how tall is that? What?
Well, next to it is a 6-foot mannequin, and it's right next to it.
Wow, boy, that is gorgeous.
So this comes, this from ground. Yeah, this is a big. Because I'm just showing you. I'm just showing the figure. Boy. I'm not even showing the base, because the base is a big. It's like a big gargoyle that he's stood on as well. But that is my Nightfall Batman. That's Jean-Paul Vallée.
That is a great figure. Now, is the cape on that? Do you have is there wire in it so you can pose it?
There's wired, so it's posable. There are interchangeable gauntlets. There are 3 interchangeable heads.
Wow.
So there's heavily magnetized with those, and that is right. We were talking before the stream about premature arrival. I had this on pre-order, and this was meant to be released in August of this year. And then in January, I got an email saying, we're going to ship your Nightfall Batman, which was money.
Yeah.
We're going to ship it in like a few days' time. So we're going to take like $1.5 grand. I think it's about 1,500 quid out of your.
Yeah,
and
that's where I'm at right now.
And it wasn't just that for me. I then had to pay import fees on top of that,
right?
Which were £500. So it's like, we're going to take $2,000 from your bank in January, where YouTube don't fucking have shit for adverts. And I'm just like, there is okay. But at the same time, there's no way I am losing this, because this is gonna be rocking horse shit.
Did you go sell your body on the street?
Well, this version I have 500. That's all they made.
Wow.
No, I lie. They made 2 versions of this: the collectible and the exclusive. This is the exclusive. They made 250.
Yeah.
And then the other one they made 500. So there's only 750 worldwide, and this one was one of the 250. So
yeah, yeah.
And this is where Az came from. This is where the name Az comes from.
I did not know that.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
okay.
From Azrael. It's from Azrael Batman.
Azrael Batman.
So yeah, this is where it came from. It's going back to the 90s.
Wow.
So this is my, okay. I'm actually gonna come.
That is a gorgeous piece.
Okay, right. A couple more super chats, and then we're going to show some more. We're going to give it to you, ladies. Yotten Darkstar with a $1 super sticker of a drooling heart face. They're clearly enjoying the porn. Deck out the couch guy with 100 Norwegian kroner again. Wow, the time was flown. Decided to check out Curiosity, and it's been over 2 years now since I stumbled across your channel. It was Dr. Az explaining Diablo Immortal. Been a fan ever since. Oh, thank you very much indeed. I really do appreciate that. Deckard, the couch guy. I think we're caught up. I think just a quick check. A couple more, and then we'll show off some more. Danny Boy with a £5 super chat. Slowly paying off a Prime 1 Studio Superman black suit version. I had a look myself.
Oh, yeah.
I had a look myself, but I have literally run out of room. Unless I move, I'm out of room. For Prime 1 statues, anyway. Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I've got Mark coming from Battle of the Planets. No fucking idea where it's going.
You'll find a place.
It's staying in the box for a while, I think, until I can get. But I want it. That's Mindsies. Mindsies keepsies.
I wonder that black suit, that Henry Cavill black suit Superman is amazing. There's an exclusive version
with beard.
And well, no, it's only 150. Only 100. They only made 150 of them.
Oh,
I mean, that is pretty damn exclusive. But boy, is it pretty! Woo.
Oh yeah, so they've got the hair length changes, haven't they? With it, they got the longer hair, the shorter hair.
Not the one I'm looking at is it's just this single. It's just Superman black suit, Batman v Superman, but it doesn't have changing hair.
What one? Prime statue?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Prime 1 statue from Superman.
Oh, I okay. Hold on, I'll show you what I was looking at then, because we might be looking at a different one.
Yeah, this is just one of many.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'll show you the one that I was gawping at. Here's the one I was looking at. Let's just bring a picky up. Let's just screen share this again. This is just dirty ass porn. This is just dirty ass porn. I just
that's amazing.
Yeah, this is the one that I was looking at. And this is fucking huge. This is the size of my house.
That's huge. I wonder, do they have the Robotech one on there?
Jeez.
That is amazing. That is so cool.
Oh, they're the portraits. That's the 41 fucking inches.
Yeah.
Look at look at that.
You should look at the two. My first Prime 1 statue is it's under Robotech Saga. If you're, are you on their website?
Hold on, Rob. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm just gonna. Okay, ready. Back in the game. Oh, it's good. It's a good one. Was that the one, Danny Boy, or was that a different one? Clobbering Times with $5 super chat. Hail Heroes! Have either of you heard of the action and toy figure museum in Oklahoma? Gary and Doomcock were informed about it the other night. Road trip.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I would go.
Are you aware of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What else have you got to show?
What else have I? Well, I'm looking around thinking, what should I? Well, since I showed Brienne of Tarth, I have to show. I do have to show 7th season Tyrion because he drinks and he knows things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He comes. What I love is that here's an action figure that comes with booze. Cups. A drinking action figure, and I think I really like this. Now I did have season 3 Hand of the King Tyrion without the beard, which I allowed Elizabeth to graciously take to her studio.
Oh,
so and what's really kind of neat about this is the Hand of the King is magnetized.
Oh,
so yeah, it goes right on his chest.
Nice.
And that's when I got it. I'm like, how is that going to work? But
Rob Alty says, "Is that a 1-in-1 scale?"
It is pretty small, but he is pretty great.
Danny Boy's responded, by the way, with a £5 super chat. It is the 42-inch. What it is?
Oh my God, 42 inches.
Yeah, it's 41.65 inches tall. I think was the exact. Oh no, the Henry Cavill Black Superman 42. So not the one that showed off, the Henry Cavill 42-incher.
That's incredible.
Jeez Louise. Okay, well, right. I'm going to show off the Justice League. So we already saw the tactical Batman.
Yeah.
Showed this off earlier to go with the thing. So this is and you can see from the base, this is the Justice League.
Yeah.
Batman. We then have, and it took fucking ever to get her in it, the Justice League Wonder Woman with gown.
I have that, and I've never opened her because I couldn't. That is an amazing figure, and it took a long time to get that together.
Oh, the cloak took a long time to get on because there's holes everywhere, and Gal, I didn't know which hole to put it in, so
that's what she said.
Well, exactly, and I was sticking them in holes, and she's saying wrong hole. And I'm saying, sorry, Gal, this one, no, not that hole. So I eventually managed to do it because the belt's like goes under and round and stuff. It's really kind of knacky to do. But the way that I've managed to do it is actually, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, I do love the gown that she wore in Wonder Woman, even though this is the Justice League one.
Yeah, but that's the one that I got too. I love that figure is just great.
Yeah, and the head sculpt on this is, I have both Wonder Woman. I have the Batman v Superman Wonder Woman, and I have the Justice League Wonder Woman. And the head sculpt on this is much better than the Batman v Superman one. So if I can try and, without making a fool off.
Yeah.
It's a much better Gal Gadot. And then I actually have the Wonder Woman 84 just regular outfit on pre-order, not the Armored Eagle one. So there's Batters and Wonder Woman's, and then of course, I think I saw Anna in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if she's still in, but if she's not, she's missing Henry.
Yeah, I mean that, I have the Batman v Superman Man of Steel. Or no, I have the Man of Steel Superman figure, but that Justice League, I really do like the brighter colors of that figure.
Colors, my light really does emphasize this blue.
Right.
It actually looks darker for me in the room.
Yeah.
But it's the light hitting which reflects and really shows off this beautiful blue. There is an interchangeable head which you can put an LED in, and it lights up his eyes.
Yeah, the heat vision, right?
Yeah, you can get the heat vision. All the undersuit padding is great.
Oh yeah,
that's what they added to this version of the costume, is this undersuit sort of muscle structure.
Yeah, it's really cool. That figure's great.
Which is that one's absolutely great. Best head sculpt of 2020 is Pedro Pascal's Mandalorian. Well, you're gonna see that in a minute. You're gonna see that head sculpt in a minute.
It's coming.
It's coming. And then to cap it off, but unfortunately, in moving it, I knocked its wonderful pose that I had, and knocked off some of its lightning in the process. But we have the Flash. His head's tilted because it was great in the pose that I had for running.
That's a great figure too. The Ezra Miller Flash.
This is a good one. Yeah, I managed to get this on second chance. Over the like a second, like over the Black Friday, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They did like a second chance, and they brought back some of the models which are just gone, just saying sold out, and the Flash was one of them. So snapped it up. Now then, to finish off, because they haven't done a cyborg yet.
Nope.
To finish it off, there's the Aquaman, of course. Oh, he's gone and punched a woman in the face.
Yeah, I need to get that Aquaman.
Stop it. But Flash is totally fallen over. He can just lie there. But do you know something? I didn't want it. I wanted the proper Aquaman.
Yeah, the classic. Yeah.
I wanted the proper Aquaman outfit with Mimosa, Jason Samosa. And this is fucking gorgeous, this one.
Yeah, it really is. That's a beautiful figure.
To me, this was just a much better representation of Aquaman with the trident, which this trident is superb, by the way, and very sharp.
Yeah.
I must confess.
No, it's great.
The wash of the sea just looks awesome. Which given the stand on it. So I just thought that is a much better one than the darker version that we had for. Do you notice the way the A is really emphasizing his penis? It's like, hey girls, look at my dick. Which, according to Daenerys, is massive. So until they release the 1-in-6 cyborg, because I don't want to get the statue which you've got.
Yeah, luckily I got that for free. I did get that statue for free.
I want to get I want a 1-in-6 cyborg, and I want a fucking circle, not a.
I know. I just want a real figure.
Yeah, I want a real cyborg.
I've got something that is behind my Saturn Award here that I love. I have to get him. I have to.
I like the way that you said I have something behind my Saturn Award.
Behind my Saturn Award. Now, even though obviously as a Star Wars character, this figure was made by, I think it was Bandai and Hot Toys.
Oh,
I think this is die-cast metal, and this C-3PO is very heavy.
Wow.
And you can see I cannot tell you, this is one of my favorite Star Wars figures ever. It's a 6-scale figure, but it's fully metal. This must weigh 2 or 3 pounds.
Wow, okay.
And it is so well done. And like, you open up here, I'll show you. You open up the back, you take the back apart, and his eyes light up. Like you can't, it's hard to see, but they're illuminated. And you can put the back on. This figure is really an amazing representation. There's an R2D2 that goes with it. It's not the R2D2 doesn't have all the accessories of the Hot Toys R2D2, which is amazing. But this, I mean, as you can see, 3PO, it's hard to tell, but he's got the silver, his silver leg from Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the articulation in this it's just beautifully done with all the wires in here. They're not like painted. It's like they're real wires.
They're real wires, yeah.
And C-3PO is not necessarily my favorite figure favorite character.
But you really appreciate that work.
Yeah, and
they're doing a C-3PO. They're doing an R2D2 now as well. They're re-releasing R2D2, and one of them is like a regular 1-in-6, and the other one is like a mostly die-cast 1-in-6.
Yeah.
Guess which one's already on waitlist?
The
die-cast one, of course. So yeah,
of course. But these figures are so, again, they're just. I mean, how could you not want them? Like you see it, like,
oh no, yeah,
how
exactly.
could you not?
How could you not?
I mean, you look at it, and I'm sure that people would be like, "Well, I don't need it," but I don't feel that way. When I look at this, I'm like, I must have this, even if it's a year out. You have to order it and get it. You just have to have it.
I'm pretty sure in 3 years' time, I'm gonna have to sleep with them in my bed because there's no room. Yeah, and that's gonna be a really awkward date night one day. I know you said let's go to your room, but your bed's full of dolls. Well, number one, they're not dolls. Okay, so please no. Number two, you can go if you want.
I have to
stay in.
I have an actual story about that.
Oh.
When in the mid-90s, there was a girl that I really liked, and the first time she came to my apartment, I lived on a street called Doheny, and I love my apartment. It's a great apartment, but I had like the bookcases behind me, IKEA bookshelves, and there were two that were full of action figures, kind of like the Seven Samurai here, all the way up, Star Wars and Star Trek and other figures. And she walked in my apartment and she said, I can't stay here. I can't be in this apartment. And I said, why? She goes, I am so creeped out. Like, she was literally completely weirded out by it didn't bother her that I guess I collected action figures or whatever. What bothered her was the eyes. Like, she couldn't hang with the figures, and it really bothered her. Like these human representations. And it was so weird. Like, she really, really was unnerved by it. Like, and that was the only time she ever came to my apartment. That was that relationship. It didn't go very well. It didn't go very well.
She wasn't for you.
No, but what was so funny was I think she had like dolls in general, fake eyes or something. And she was so wigged out because she didn't see, I go, but it's Star Wars and Star Trek. She didn't see the characters. She only saw representations of human beings with like dead eyes, and it just freaked her out. Freaked her out.
She probably had 30 pairs of fucking shoes, so she can shut up. Cecil, your wish is my command.
Oh, it's so good.
And this is by the way, the Stormtrooper helmet is it comes off. This isn't stuck onto the spike. It does actually. I'm trying not to do it too hard because I don't want it to fly off. And
that is really great.
There you go. Okay, so I've loosened it. It fell back into place. There. Okay, you're gonna just trust me on that because I can put it down.
Now that's the first Mando figure. Are you gonna get all the other Mando figures? Are you gonna get the quarter scale Mando, and you're gonna get the Mando with the Beskar armor?
I have the deluxe Mando with Beskar armor on order. The one which comes with the Baby Yoda in the cot. But I'm not getting the one with the Baby Yoda in the pouch. I want the one with the Baby Yoda in the cot, which comes
Yeah. What it's funny, I was watching, I think it was Jeddah Patrol was saying he was reviewing both Mando figures, but he said he preferred this one of the Hot Toys figures. He liked this one.
I did this was not. I can't wait to get a Mando figure. This was I actually want him in his original armor.
Yeah.
Before he got the discard armor. So, well, he's only got the helmet and the shoulder pad.
Right.
And the shoulder pad isn't embossed because it doesn't get embossed until the final episode. So, of the first season, I should say. So I did want a version of him as was to go next to a version as is, but I will just get the 1 in 6. I will not get the 1 in 4.
Right, even though that 1 in 4 is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, but I don't want to start a 1 in 4 fetish.
I know.
It will get out of hand. It will get out of hand. So to go along with it, you of course, I think you've seen this. You have to have a remnant stormtrooper.
Yeah, those figures are just beautiful.
So that's the distress. These are the out of work stormtroopers which are keeping their armor.
They're working for Werner Herzog.
Yeah. So I actually have another one of these downstairs because I wanted 2.
Yeah, they're great.
2 remnant stormtroopers, and then finally, which still is from Mando. Just come out. Incinerator Trooper.
Oh, wow.
So we got the Incinerator Trooper from Mandalorian as well.
Look at how they do the flame coming out of that. That's so cool.
It's detachable as well.
With the blue turning into the
so you have the blue turning into the flame.
So cool.
And it detaches, so you could just.
You folks at home, how can you look at that and not say, "Oh my god, I have to have that"? That's so cool. Come on now.
And to put this on, you have to, when you get it, you have to take off the head, and then you have to take off the shoulder armor. Then you put on this, which does have, this is actually held together with a tiny little a clip. That is a real working tiny clip that holds on the gas, I suppose. And then you put the shoulder pad back on over it. Then you put the head back on to close that off. And this is just gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Time to stream more on YouTube.
Well, I gotta confess, the only reason I did this stream is to raise enough funds to get another hot toy. Oh no, the stream's still going. Shit. I didn't. What do technical issues? This isn't all of it. This is just this is like
this is just the beginning.
Some of the stuff.
It's an endless. And this is just one corner what I can reach. There's a whole. I'm in a 2-car garage. Here.
I mean, there I've got the beautiful Transformers over there.
Yeah,
they need a day in the sun as well. Right, I'll go through the rest of the super chats and then we'll probably wrap.
It's
been crazy.
It's been crazy, but this is like this is exactly what I hoped it would be.
Oh, I am so happy at how it's gone down.
Yeah,
I really thought it was going to be about 100 people in the stream. I honestly, I thought get about 100 in today. It's going to be a real quiet one, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
it's just like 800 people. The whole stream has just been like, okay.
Well, it's funny. I have to tell you, people have asked me to do streams showing my Hot Toys collection, and the only reason I haven't is because I'm embarrassed that I don't have the display that say Justin has.
Oh,
I don't have as many Hot Toys as Justin does, but I love the way he's displayed his toys. I've got glass cases, but not like his stuff. Oh God, look at that! Look at that display.
Oh, let me get rid of. I don't want to get rid of, but I mean, he's blocking some really important views.
But it's fun to do this because I love showing off the toys. I just love
Batwoman. There's Batman. There's Berserk. There's Batgirl's hair.
Wow.
Yeah, there's the tick ties save lives.
Yeah. That's
So that's
just-
a request from the audience, by the way. I wasn't just being rude. The audience is like, shows you huntress.
yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
You know, I was gonna try it like
my birthday.
I was gonna fill this shelf with like I had my Avengers. I just didn't have time to do it. You know, like one of my favorite. It's kind of a controversial figure, but he's dusty.
Okay,
He's dusty. But man, I
don't like that.
I know a lot of people don't like. I loved Iron Spider, and this figure is freaking awesome.
I hate Iron Boy.
I know, but he is from the Civil War comic, and this figure is dope. I mean, I love this figure. He needs to be a little dusted though.
I do have the Homecoming Spider-Man on wait list, and I'm really hoping to snag one of those because I love that Spider-Man outfit.
Oh yeah. Well, I got this because of I did love the I did love Iron Spider in Civil War, so I picked it up, and I like that they put Iron Spider. He's so dusty. These figures were being migrated from one glass case to another. So in sitting waiting to get into the glass case, I can't believe I'm dusting action figures live on YouTube.
It's turning me on.
Is it? You know, like swift it out.
I'm getting a lot of pleasure.
You know, I mean, you can't say that we're not genuine.
No, I think it's been blatantly obvious that these are two men that give no shits what you think.
No, I'm. What did you do today, Rob? Well, I went on the John Campy show. Then I met with and I dusted my figures as we were live, and people watched us do it. Yeah. See,
and I watched. Yeah.
And you did.
I dusted my 1 in 6, and Az watched me.
Uh-oh. I just took his head off.
Oh no.
No, well, it's a magnet. It's magnetized. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's good.
I'm just trying to remember. There is a figure I have. I can't remember which one it is. But they have a magnetized head.
Yeah, I'm really digging the magnetized head figures, by the way. I think they're cool.
Is it Mando?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
No, it's not Mando. It's not Cody. It's not Remnants. It's not Stormtroopers. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's Flash. It's Flash.
Oh yeah, the magnetized heads are great.
I like the magnetized head.
Yeah, me too.
More, please. Okay,
yes.
So we got two.
Oh, you know what I got recently? I didn't show this.
Yep.
I got to fix him, but I got the maker of memes everywhere. I've got to pose his jacket. But John Travolta from Pulp Fiction is a new figure,
nice.
And I posed him in the John Travolta meme pose.
Yeah.
So I've just got to fix his jacket. I got to flatten his jacket out. But this is a new figure. This is a pretty great figure. His face might be a little wide, but I think it's pretty good. I like the.
It's not too bad.
The clothes are really great too.
Yeah. So, the clothes is what I really want to say.
Yeah,
the body's. Gunnar Rene Oye with 50 Norwegian Corona. I'm getting a dog for my John Wick and rooted hair for my Alita figure, but the delivery date is June 2021.
I know, dude. I saw that John Wick dog, and that's what you have to wait for these things. You know, I ordered because I have an action figure chair fetish.
Yes,
I ordered Thanos's throne from inside of his spaceship. You know, because I have two different. I got the Hot Toys, the armored Thanos and the non-armored Thanos, and I wanted to get the non-armored Thanos when he could sit on his chair like the thinker.
Oh yeah.
And I ordered that from Toys Wonderland in Australia, and I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to get that figure or the chair. I ordered it like a year ago. And who knows? and one day it'll just show up.
Yeah,
and
that's all you need.
It's all you need.
Yeah, what are the best 1 in 6 accessories you have? Well, we just discussed them earlier. A fucking £2,000 bat computer, a Batmobile, and a fucking bat signal. Which
I think the Millennium Falcon cockpit, the 6 scale that I haven't got yet, it's completely paid off. I'm probably not going to get it until March. But the stuff that Jazz Inc. makes are the best. Those are the best accessories because the land speeder. I mean, people don't understand. Like they make them 1-to-1 scale. So like. That back computer is like it's huge, and Bruce Wayne sitting there, it all lights up and all that, and then that Justice League Batmobile, the Batman v Superman Batmobile with all the different accessories, that thing is huge. It's huge.
I want my Justice League to chill out somewhere big. That's where my Justice League gonna chill out.
I mean, those sets. My God, I haven't opened it yet, but I have the Millennium. I ordered the 66 Batmobile, by the way.
Good man.
Yeah, I did order that because I'm like, Thank that was God. When I was a kid. You got to have that. I have to have that 66 Batmobile.
Look,
I mean, come on.
Look, I don't want to discuss DMs that Robert and I send to each other, right? But if I send something to Robert and like, oh, I'm looking at this, Robert, and I don't know, he just fucking turns back going, do it! Just do it! Do it! He's like the worst person to go to talk me out of shit. He's just like, just do it. Get it now. Do it now.
I'm an enabler.
There's another year without a girlfriend. Thank you, Robert.
Should you do another line? Yeah. What is it going to hurt?
Do you know what I really want at 1 in 6 of Grand Moff Tarkin?
Well, I have the hot toy of that. It's the 2-pack, the Vader 2-pack. Oh. The Grand Moff Tarkin hot toy is amazing. They did it. I mean, they did it. The one I have came in a 2-pack, and the great thing is he comes with a chair. He comes with a chair that he's sitting in. But you know what makes me what I want now?
RoboCop now.
I want Jazz Inc. to do the conference room from Star Wars. Yes. That he walks in and you've got all the how the bureaucracy maintain control without the regional government, whatever. Yeah. Until this battle station is fully operational, we are vulnerable. And I want them to make all of those generals, like whoever they are, Mahdi or whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah.
All those guys. And because why not? Jazz Inc. should do that. They should do that conference room.
Does the Peter Cushing Grand Moff come with slippers? Because that's what he was wearing.
He's a jack-booted thug. He comes with it, but it's a really good figure. It's very tailored. It's great. And you know what? I'm hoping my thing is that if Hot Toys, Sideshow made a Grand Admiral Thrawn a long time ago, a 12-inch Grand Admiral Thrawn, like 15 years ago. Now, if Grand Admiral Thrawn appears in The Mandalorian,
yes,
Hot Toys is going to make it.
Yeah.
I want a Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I don't think he's going to turn up in Mandalorian. He's going to turn up in the spin-off for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
That's going to be his story.
I mean, come on. Who wouldn't? I think they're going to announce that tomorrow at the Disney, the big investors. They're announcing a bunch of stuff because it's the big call Bob Iger has or Bob Chapek has with the investors. They're going to announce a bunch of stuff. They better announce an Ahsoka series because I want Grand Admiral Thrawn. Spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on a show so I can get my Hot Toys figure of Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I just really want the Obi-Wan series to be good.
I do too.
I'm really scared what they're going to do with it.
I don't know. I mean, Deborah Chow did some great stuff on the first season of Mandalorian directing. And again, it comes down to the script. It comes down. I just hope it's
not the direction, it's the script.
Yeah, it's the script. And the fact that Ewan McGregor's, by the way, that Ewan McGregor Revenge of the Sith figure that came out earlier this year is dope. That figure is great.
I can't get him on the wait list.
Oh, yeah, well. Secondary market, baby.
I looked yesterday. Honest to God, I looked yesterday. Was the last time I looked, and I ain't buying one from China because I'm not convinced it would be kosher, and so it's kind of looking pricey.
Yeah, all that stuff is priced. By the way, we do have a super chat. Mark C. I'm only noticing because I know Mark C. Mark C. says, Rob, did you get the Jazz Inc. Darth Vader rehab chamber from Empire?
Ooh.
I did not.
Oh,
I did not. I didn't. The funny thing about Jazz Inc. stuff is at first I didn't. I just didn't have any money to buy it.
Sure.
And because it is expensive, and then once you go down that road, and they make it, Jazz Inc. makes it really easy because you can pay things off over 12 months.
Yes, hence the Batmobile's out now, but I'm not going to see it for a long time, people.
Yeah, but they already have you down. They hold it for you, and when you buy like if you order it in advance, like some of them they make a plaque just for you.
Oh,
like this is Robert Burnett's Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
And it comes with a thing. I mean, and
I think actually at the checkout it said, "Do you want your name?" Something related to your name, your name.
Yeah, and they do that because and also they don't I have no idea when they're gonna. I don't even know where I'd put a 6-scale snow speeder from Empire Strikes Back. How big is that? Like this? It fits 2 Hot Toys figures, the Luke pilot. And I'm sure somebody will make. I'll have to get 2 of them. I have to get 2 of them and have somebody do a DAC.
Well,
a DAC head sculpt.
I've pre-ordered the 1 in 6 snow speeder from and remnant biker, speeder biker from Hot. So yeah.
So I mean, come on, don't you want a 6-scale snow speeder to put your pilot figure in?
Oh, I've got one on order.
oh, so there you go. Because I mean, how much fun it's going to be when we both get our snow speeders and we can have a live stream and play with them together.
Oh, the snow speeder. Sorry, not the biker. Oh no, I've not got 1 in 6 snow speeder.
Oh yeah, Jazz Inc. is making a 1/6 snow speeder, not the speeder bike, the snow speeder.
I ain't gonna have sex for 5 fucking years because of you.
Or you could find a girl that wants to see your snow speeder. Yeah.
But does she want to see it, or is she going to nick it?
Oh well, that's
You can cover my stuff. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at that and I just, what else are they going to make? I keep thinking, what else can they make for me? What do I want? What do I want from the Star Wars?
What can you do for me?
I mean, they decided, because I have the corner, I have the Millennium Falcon cargo bay that they make where the what is it? I always say Dom Jod. It's not Dom Jod. That's Next Generation.
The
Dom Jod. Yeah, the chess, Dejeric, the game, the 3-dimensional, the holographic chess game. So Jazz Inc. has made that corner of the Millennium Falcon, the cargo bay. So I have that, but then they have an expansion set that's coming out in March. So you can have the entirety. So you can have both sides. I mean, I don't even know where I would put that, but since I have one part of it, I got to order the other part of it.
If you got to kick the missus out of the bed to stick it on the other side, that's what you got to do now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. I ain't going to be able to move in this house soon for fucking stuff.
I mean, what I really want is, did you ever see that Hot Toys made a 1-to-1 scale, a 6-scale Millennium Falcon? They made the whole thing.
What?
They had a whole thing, and if you look it up, and they would take it to conventions and they had it on display. Like they had hundreds of stormtroopers lined, like it was inside the Death Star. And I was like, somebody has that. That some rich industrialist, some mad Chinese guy, Chinese captain of industry bought that
and painted it red.
Yeah, well, no, but built his whole place. Like,
oh yeah,
and it exists somewhere that somebody was able to.
There's a guy in Idaho. Whose garage that's what his garage is. His vintage car is now rotting due to salt air corrosion outside. But his beautiful Falcon is in the garage, and that's what's been taken out.
The way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Cars, who needs them? Bushin Rio Cat with a $5 sutra. H3B, great topic today. Richard, did you ever break a toy you really wish you didn't accidentally? Of course.
Yes. Yes, I have, and models too. And sometimes there's nothing worse. You know what's terrible? You know what the worst part is? The worst part is you've either dropped it, or it's the time that it's fallen from wherever it's fallen to the time it hits the ground.
Yes.
It's like time slows down, and you know that whatever happens, it's going to be the worst possible outcome. The figure's going to land on its head. Wherever it's going to land, it's going to crack open. There's going to be no way to fix it. I'll tell you something. This is terrible. I wasn't going to get into this. I had a quarter scale hot toy Boba Fett. And for whatever reason, he was up above on my glass case. It bumped. Something happened. He fell about 7 feet onto the ground, and my dogs got to him.
Oh, no. They ate your Boba Fett.
They ate his backpack and his gun. They didn't know.
No,
he was
can't.
dropped on my dogs. He was dropped on the floor. A quarter scale Boba Fett. Just so people, the Boba Fett figure is okay, but he doesn't. His backpack and his gun, like how it's half a Fett.
Yeah,
he's half a Fett. So hot toy. Yeah, let's see. Just today, I'm gonna just rub it in right now, and see how much does a hot toys. Oh, well, on eBay, $773, $1,319. These are all used. These are all previously opened. Oh, here's one at a bargain, $639. That happened about 5 months ago, by the way.
I haven't
recovered.
I hadn't got a single Prime 1 statue. I really wanted the Geralt of Rivia 1, which is over there. And almost serendipitously, they were selling for like $2,000. A guy puts one on eBay, 750 quid. Delivered. He clearly just needs shit, so I fucking grabbed it quick. Thrilled to pieces. It arrived. Geralt comes out, put it together. My first Prime 1 statue. Geralt of Rivia. God, this is beautiful. I'm going to take it upstairs to put in the office.
Oh, no.
I'm going to carry it in one fucking hand. Like that. While I'm carrying something like a fucking packet of pillows or something completely fucking useless in the other. And I'm, moving fine. And I just get to the hallway. Well, where the concrete floor is. And then I drop it. And that moment between it falling and it hitting, the heart goes from there somewhere down below. And there's just an utter sense of dread that washes over you. It got damaged. I am amazed at how little it got damaged compared to how it could.
Right.
Like the horn of the monster smashed off. Both. I had to glue those back on.
But they didn't shatter.
The end chipped off. Another one chipped off. The head wasn't damaged. His body wasn't damaged. The back end of his sword was, and something else, but they could be sort of fixed and played with. A little bit of the surrounding base was, but that could be played with. And this was, by the way, the day after it arrived. And I just thought 750 quid down the Swanee. But it still looks fine. I compose it that it looks okay. You unless you start really looking, you wouldn't really know. and it's such a beautiful figure. If another one came on the market for 750 quid, I would snap it up in a heartbeat and give that away to somebody. But I after that, I was just like, I understand now why Prime 1 statues are really, 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 really delicate.
Yeah. On that happy note.
Yeah, well, there's a few more super chats I'm going to do. Deck out the couch guy with 100 Norwegian kroner. Speaking of head sculptures, let's not forget to mention the bad end of that scale. The Cristiano Ronaldo comes to mind, as well as the generic one they put on that Jaina sculpture. World of Warcraft did this Jaina Proudmoore model. And it came out and it was something like 375 quid. And I did a video on whether or not I thought it was worth the money. And I brought out examples of stuff which I had and what the quality of them was and what the price of them was. And then because I wasn't particularly a WoW lover anymore, people were expecting me to trash it. And I, in the video, I was like, no, this is decent, this is decent, this is decent. The value for the money, this fits in line. This fits in line with the others. Am I going to buy it? No. Why am I going to buy it? The head was fucked. It didn't look like Jaina. Wrong colored eyes. It was, I don't know why, but it was just nothing like her. Nothing like her at all. And so I said I wouldn't be buying Jaina Proudmoore. I would be buying a model of somebody dressed up in her outfit.
Right.
And that's not what I want. I want Jaina Proudmoore. Fat Steven Seagal with a 2 Canadian. Oh my god, so cool. Where do I get that R&B action figure?
Which one? Me? An action figure of me?
Yeah.
Somebody made a mock-up of like a Photoshop thing of one that looked great. I wish that I had one. You know, Kevin Feige, Hot Toys made a Kevin Feige action figure, and I'm like, man,
fuck that guy.
No, come on, man. He's one of the most successful movie producers ever.
Yeah, but he's gonna send Phase 58 down the Swanee now.
No, I think
everyone wants Captain Marvel to lead the Waysies.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
She ain't leading nothing. Yeah, I really want to see Natalie Portman as Thor. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but it's Taika Waititi. Did you like Ragnarok?
It's quirky.
See, it's quirky. I liked it though. I thought I'm a big fan of his filmmaking, like What We Do in the Shadows and everything. But I think what they're doing now, like I've said, I think Marvel is doing some weird like mini series where they're going to do WandaVision leads into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that probably finishes up in Spider-Man.
WandaVision looks interesting.
Yeah. But I think if they go, like, I think it's going to be these 3 movies, maybe even more, where the multiverse idea is happening. And all I can think about is, I can't wait to get every iteration of Vision. Give them to me. Give them to me. I want the Vision in all of it.
I want him in his Halloween costume.
Yeah, I know.
I want Vision in his Vision Halloween costume.
I want them all.
I want them. I wouldn't be averse to Elizabeth Olsen in the Scarlet Witch costume.
Yeah. No, I've got a great Scarlet Witch doll. There's a company called the Tonner Doll Company that made quarter scale Marvel dolls of DC and Marvel figures, and they're really good. The company went out of business, which is too bad, but I have a really cool Scarlet Witch with rooted hair, and it's really good. Classic
I want
figure.
Diverse action female number 2.
Well, I do want a quarter scale Michael Burnham. Come on.
That only comes 1 in 1, mate. That only comes 1 in 1 and is made out of pure gold. Just a kid from Brooklyn with a $10 super chat. Hey guys, I currently have 28 Hot Toys and Sideshow 6th scale Star Wars figures.
All right.
I'm trying to replicate the original 96 Kenner Star Wars figure lineup in 6th scale. I grabbed them as they come out. That is a fucking awesome idea.
That's an awesome idea. Well, what's cool is how Hot Toys is now putting out figures and they're replicating the Kenner boxes, or they're doing like they did with. They've got the Boba Fett and they got Vader from Empire, and they look like it's celebrating like the 40th anniversary of Empire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I like that they're doing that.
Yes, I got I've got some 40th anniversary Empire toys like the Snowspeeder, Vader, the Spy Droid, Luke in Bespin, couple of Rebel troopers, couple of Snow Stormtroopers. Yeah, so I got some of that because they just look great. And I want to say Zach comes. It's not Zach, is it? Dax comes with the Snowspeeder.
Right, that comes with the DAC. It's that DAK, DAC.
This is mixed between the two. He actually comes with a Snowspeeder, so I've got Luke in Snowspeeder costume as well. Yeah,
that's I was gonna get that. I actually canceled my order for that when Jazz Inc. said they were doing a Snowspeeder.
Okay,
so I was like, I can't have two.
If I do that, then I'll have to get the 1 in 6 Luke and his, which I can do.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to get 2 pilots.
I'm just looking at my pre-orders at the moment for Hot Toys. Oh man, I ain't having sex in 10 years. Okay. Oh shit, and you two guys as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about you two. Okay. When are you coming? October to January 2021. Come on, Captain America. Move your blooming ass. Okay, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. Yeah, I still got my child downstairs. Unboxed. Haven't unboxed it yet. Mark C with a $5 super chat. As you laugh, but EVS made $178 on a chair stream. Oh, is that when he went to bed or fell asleep or something, and all you saw was his chair for the whole screen? And he made $178. Fuck. Okay, I'll just leave this running, folks. When I get I gotta be honest, Rob. I'm deciding whether or not to do a Cyberpunk stream at midnight. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, you should. People are asking. I need to jump off this because I want to go watch the Starship test flight.
Yeah. I've got 3 minutes. I think I've got 2 seconds. I might just have a couple of super chats and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 6. So if you want to jump off, I don't want to keep you then. Anything you want to plug before you go though?
No, I mean just that on my channel, come visit me over at Robservations on YouTube, and we have the first Intergalactic Imagination Connoisseurs Film Festival going. I have a lot of viewers who have made their own movies, short films that are really worth watching. Come check them out, leave a comment, and hit a like for the filmmakers.
Nice. Yeah. I fucking love this.
We got to do this. This is the best.
I got so many things I want to show you.
We have like the Cenobites in Hellraiser. We have such sights to show you.
Yeah.
We'll tear your wallet apart.
Yeah. Jesus wept. Yeah, because that's what it's like when I start spending. Jesus wept. My fucking wallet is empty. Thank you so much indeed. Next week, your channel. Are we just doing this again on your channel?
Yeah, why not? You know what I'll do on my channel next week? I'll open up. I've never opened my Hulkbuster. No, I'll do the unboxing. I don't know how I'm going to fit it back. I don't know exactly how I would do that, but how fun would that be?
Okay, part 2, your channel next week.
Unboxing the Hulkbuster.
Unboxing hot toys. I'll bring the ones I haven't got. I'll bring down the fake hot toys, but the good ones. And yeah, there's some really nice stuff.
Yeah.
So cheers, dude. You go watch your spaceship.
I'm gonna watch my spaceship. I'm very excited about this, and we'll see what happens.
And I'll see you next week.
All right, sir. This was fun. Okay. Thanks everybody for watching.
Well, I'm going to finish off the super chat. So,
all right, I will let you go. Live long and prosper.
Be seeing you.
It's a salute.
Live long and be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
Long and be seeing you. Oh my God, I love this. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a 5 Canadian. In a Werner Herzog voice through gritted teeth. It's very good. You're not collecting Gundams. I hear plastic crack is a complicated profession. I don't collect them, thankfully, because that'll just be another thing for me to lose all my money to Mr. Tuckle Trunk as well, the 2 Canadian super sticker of a lovely fox. Tall, Dark, and Gruesome with a £5 super chat. So, during the stream, I just bought the Hot Toys Alita Battle Angel. Yes, they are the real plastic crack. Love you both so much. Thank you. I know. I was going to actually say, be honest, who here during the stream bought a hot toy? Who here on the stream bought a hot toy? Just put it in the chat. Just be honest. If you didn't, you didn't. But I just want to know, did any of you watch this stream and have a look and something took your fancy and you picked up a hot toy like Tall, Dark, and Gruesome? Mark C, yes, with that $5 super chat with the Vader Rehab one. Cecil with another $2 says, my house is on fire. You can only say 4 figures. Go. Oh, I'll do that with Rob next week as well. 4 figures. Deathstroke. Jean-Luc Picard, which you haven't seen. You'll see that next week. The 1 in 4 Batman. And Commander Cody. I think Commander Cody. That was a horrible question. I don't want to think of my toys burning. The Geek Blend with a $5 super chat. Have to keep my office/studio door shut now because my cat decided she loves to knock my hot toys off the shelves. Yes, because that's a cat and cats are twats. That's why. Techman said he got the Picard. Seth Eco said he picked up the Cody. Matt Guy said he picked up an Azrael. It is Sophie's choice, Cecil. That was a horrible, horrible question. Well, it's not a figure. That's a statue. I'm working off Cecil, imagining the 1 in 6 is the 1 in 4s. I'm imagining him doing that as opposed to the statues. If it's statues, it'd be Huntress, it'd be Triss, it'd be my Azrael downstairs, and then it would be it would be all of them. All of you can't answer questions like that. Rene Oli, Rene Oye again with 20 Norwegian krona. The shipping box factory. Are we a joke to you? It's just I get great. The thing with Sideshow, right, is Sideshow, when you buy, you get a percentage of your money back. And you also get a discount code for everything that you purchase. Normally, well, if you're buying a hot toy, you'll get a discount code for $20 plus you'll get a reward bonus once it's been shipped and delivered. So you can essentially get about $35 back from a purchase of a hot toy. And I actually, because of the hot toys that I purchased, I ended up buying a hot toy for free, because I'd accrued so much reward points. So I ended up picking up, I think it was Aquaman. I got that for free because I just used the reward points. So yeah, I did have to pay delivery, and I did have to pay an import fee, but minimal compared to, I didn't have to pay for the figure. So that was all right. Who's that guy who goes back in a burning? Is that guy who goes back into a burning building for this stuff? Yeah, I just want to give this a quick show off again because you didn't get a great look at this one, and now we're in full screen. There's the Prestige Arkham Knight Batman, and look at that. That's a freaking doozy. Look at that. That's a much better look. That's a much better look at this one. Dosh. And you can see from the cape, if I turn it around, look at the cape, man. And it's wired as well, so you can really pose. You can really pose the cape on these things. And then the base, you can see the beautiful gold the beautiful gold bat symbol on there, and the beautiful gold bat symbol there. This is like the prestige version of the gray outfit, but I sort of look at this outfit and I'm like, you know, this could actually be a proper Batman outfit. I mean, color scheme wise, that could be fucking awesome, you know. It is stunning and brave, yes. It is stunning and brave. Right, folks. So we'll leave it there, but due to the popularity, we're going to do this next week on Robert's channel as well. So we're going to do this next week on Robert's channel. I'll get some of the hot toys and stuff which you haven't seen. We're going to unbox the Hulkbuster live over on Robert's channel next week, which is going to be amazing. And honest to God, I'm so grateful and so happy at how well received this stream was, because I legitimately thought we're going to get about 100 people. So I'm so glad that there was a lot of interest in this. And oh, Anna's here, is she? There you go, Anna. There you go. I'm sure there's something you'll complain about it, though. You know. Well, he's got blue eyes and shit. There you go. There's your boy. There's your boy right there. So yeah, so next week gonna unbox a Hulkbuster. Robert will live on stream. So yeah, so massive thank you at how well received this is, and your enthusiasm tonight is just so good that you guys have been really interested in seeing them and enjoyed the conversation and stuff. So thank you so much for that. Honest to God, I really appreciate it, because I like doing different things, and it's always nice when something different is taken well. So huge thank you to all of you for stopping by tonight. Massive thank you for hitting the join button and becoming a member tonight, and all the people who hit the super chat button and supported the channel too. I can't thank you guys and gals enough. Everyone, honest to God, so grateful for the conversation that you've had. Mods, thank you for being there and posting links up, etc. You're amazing. And I shall be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now. And wait, remember, when we do this properly, so maybe not next week, but just in case, we might open up next week. We might throw the link into the chat so you can stack up behind stage with your hot toy, and we'll put somebody in the stream and we'll let you show off your hot toy and tell your story about it if you want to, and do a few people like that. I think that'd be a pretty cool idea as well. So you take care, folks. I'm off for a wank.